It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, May 31st, 2024, and we're coming to you live. How's everybody doing today?
Good. Woo. I actually said out loud last night, tomorrow's Friday.
I'm a little confused myself.
Fried eggs, baby.
Yeah.
We're off on Monday, that's why.
We should do that every week.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
I'm in.
Yeah, I wish we get more micro maintenance in here.
Listen, it's weird. I know that they're potty mouths. I know that Bridget is really hard to deal with, and I know that it could go bad. So I was trying to tread lightly with them, but they were all very good. They didn't do anything wrong, but I didn't want to screw it up, and I didn't want to have them cursing and all that stuff. So when it wrapped up, I was like, "Oh, that was all right. It was fun. It was fun for us." People loved them.
Yeah,
people
dude.
loved them. I saw it on social media. Everybody loved. We should have midgets in here all the time.
Yeah.
What is there not to love?
All right.
Yeah.
You know, Carmen, I wasn't really sure. I just I thought maybe it was a little boring. I was trying. I mean, a little boring. Get it? No, I don't know. I was trying to talk to them without getting them too fired up. You know,
Right, but they lived interesting lives. You know what I mean?
little lie.
Interesting is the word you're using. All right.
Yeah. Well, different from a 9 to 5 or
Different.
just going home.
Different is a better word, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, someone they looked rough when they walked in.
Dude.
I mean, they looked.
Oh my God, Gio.
No,
Okay.
I'm-
How do you look?
I'm telling you,
Beautiful.
Better
they
than, better than
looked
Bridget looked.
rough when they walked in.
Yeah.
They go, "Are we going to be on camera?"
You know why? They all sleep in the trunk.
Yeah.
On top of each other.
You're not
so.
even kidding. That's true.
Is this a weird impulse? I wanted to kick that Firefly one just to see how far I could kick her.
Yeah, I thought at one point I wanted to grab her by an appendage, like by her foot or something, just whip her against the wall.
Right.
Yeah, I would not do that, but I did
What-
want to see it.
Like, can you imagine your entire life, you're at the mercy of whoever is around you?
Yeah.
Because if I stomped
Yeah.
on her, she's dead.
Nothing
You know what I
she
mean?
can do about it.
Nothing you could do about it.
That's probably she's a dominatrix now, probably. You know what I mean?
You're
Gotta
describing
take
a
it out.
woman.
Yeah.
Am I?
I mean, she was tiny.
Take
Yeah.
the bear. Take the bear. She looked like she just walked off the set of American Horror Story, for real.
Yeah, she was not a
Very nice, though.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Yeah,
Out of all
very-
of them, she was the most talkative.
All very nice.
Very nice off air.
But
Right.
that was just what ran through my mind.
Yeah.
When I talked to him, I used my kid voice. And how are you guys doing today?
You said adorable more times yesterday than you've ever said in your life. And
I
it's,
felt it.
yeah, but adorable is a compliment. But when it's to little people, I feel like it's derogatory.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Like, you're not a human, but you're adorable.
Yeah, it was we. They're we. They're we.
But I feel like they get it all the time. Like they're used to it.
And mine was coming from a good place, not a mean place.
Yeah.
A little.
No.
Before they left, they had to use the restroom. So
Dude.
I walked them into the house, and was Firefly,
Yeah.
the little one. When she saw Mike's midget cat,
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about
Worlds collide.
I thought that it was the multiverse and the portal was going to open and they
Oh,
were both
no.
going to jump in.
Oh, no.
Not how that works.
Together.
That's not a thing.
that. Did you ever see two Down syndrome people see each other?
Oh, they know it
They're
immediately.
like, another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I'm not making fun of it. It's just like if they have not seen another
Yeah.
person with Down syndrome and they do, they lock on. So yeah,
Because your cat, you've got a midget cat.
I have a midget cat
with like
yeah.
little tiny legs, and she goes, "Oh, kitty, oh, kitty." And
It's
she-
one-
when she
it's one of
realized,
us.
yeah,
Like they just slowly nod and walk past it. Hello.
Ask each other, they got grilled cheese in their pockets.
she's like, "I want to take the kitty." I said, "Go
Take
ahead."
it. I
Go
wouldn't
ahead,
even
yeah.
been mad. You should have said we have a trend. Mike's guests just take things from the house.
Yeah.
You better be careful with that.
In the same moment, I thought if Mabel walks in here, it'd be like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because she's very.
What do you do? We're in here, and Babel came running in, and Firefly was holding onto the back hair, just riding her.
Because that's a big dog even for me, you know.
You ever see that? The rodeo, the dog rodeo with the
Yeah.
monkeys on the back?
Yeah.
It was wild.
That's funny.
The off air to me was crazier than what happened on air.
Well, the minute they got up and they started walking out, I go, "Hey, Spanish, go on out there before Bridget starts stealing stuff." And he walked out there and he goes, "Man, you were right. I went out there and she was going through stuff."
Dude, it was like you could feel it in your intuition because as soon as I walked out there, she was bent over looking through stuff, and I walked out and she goes, "Oh, hello," and she started to walk out. I was like, "Oh man."
I just felt it. I felt like she was trying to take stuff and put it in her tiny pockets.
She was.
She was a grifter.
She's looking
Just curious. That's all.
yeah, all right.
So you realize they started a trend the midgets.
What's that?
Yesterday, I'm on Instagram, and I'm thumbing through, and I get this girl, pretty attractive. Would say she's like an 8, 7.5, 8. And she's trying hard to be a social media influencer. Every one of her reels starts the same. She's like, I was in prison for 10 years, and this, that, and the other thing, and starts talking about prison. Then she's like, I was been in prison for 10 years, and if you think that fights don't happen in prison, here's what's happening. And she talks about fights. Then the next video, I was in prison for 10 years, and people who say they're not going to do gay stuff in prison, they haven't been in prison for 10 years. I've been in prison for 10 years, and there are a lot of women in there who are very motherly and protective. And she's telling all these stories about prison, and she went to prison here in Florida. And then our next video, I went to prison for 10 years because I was a cat burglar. I used to steal from people, and I thought, this is very interesting. So I went to her page. She's 6,900 followers. She is from Florida, and she is somewhat attractive. And I thought, I think she'd make for a good guest on our show because she's from Florida. She's attractive. We like to play hot or not. She was a cat burglar, which I think is very interesting. And
there's no money in cats
unless you're a midget. And she had stories to tell about sex in prison and mother. I was like, she'd be a good guest. So I reached out. I went to her homepage, and she had an email. Her name is Jen at whateveritwas.com. So I emailed them and I said, hey, I host a radio show in Tampa. I came across your Instagram. I think you'd be a really interesting guest. If you'd like to come on the show, you can promote your social media, because it was clear that she's trying to create a following, and blah blah blah. And I immediately got a response, like within 10 minutes. Hi, Mike. Thank you for reaching out about Jen. We would like to have her on your show. Usually, she gets paid for these appearances.
Uh-huh.
If you please let me know if you have a budget for this.
Jesus.
Hey, we got some ramen.
Everything is about money.
Yeah.
Carmen, if she had 110,000 followers and she was like, the hottest thing on the internet, even then I wouldn't consider it. But then they'd have a little bit more of a leg to stand on. She didn't even have 10,000 followers, and she's trying to build up a social. Like, if you're a social media company and you have a show that reaches 2-3 million people a day, you would want them to be on the show. Like, we should be charging her to come on the show.
Oh yeah, I get it, but like, everyone thinks they're bigger than what they are because of social media.
Is she TikTok famous?
No.
Nope.
Because sometimes you'll see they'll have a very small following on Instagram, but then allegedly a massive following on TikTok.
Listen.
Yeah,
I
TikTok
get
is
it.
fake.
Yeah.
It's not just
China did that.
It's not just that it's fake. It's that it's such small content and short content that people are absorbing it more. It's easier to go through 50 TikToks in 5 minutes than it is 50 Instagram photos.
I just know I see that sometimes, like 10 million on TikTok, 2,500 on Instagram.
Yeah. So
China did that. I guarantee it.
I've
You know
got
what I mean?
Millions of likes literally millions of likes on TikTok. It just not changed my life one bit.
Yeah.
I
Now,
have not done anything else.
have you seen the crying mom from Tampa?
No.
Oh, I did, Carmen.
Yes.
How much
I
does she
love
want?
it.
How much does she want to be on
Well,
the show?
listen to this story though. Go ahead, Carmen.
Okay, so this mom, she makes a video of her crying, and she's making her own birthday cake.
Oh, I
and
did. I didn't watch it, but I saw it. Yeah.
So, that's
the reveal.
So that's the video. It's just her opening up a birthday, making her own birthday cake, and says like, how sad is it as a single mom? Your kids have to watch you make your own birthday cake so you can blow out the candles to make them happy.
All right.
And then come around, the dad is like, bitch, you're not a single mom. I have full custody. Here's the paper. You don't even get to see your kids, one, because of all of your ex charges. You can't even see your kids by yourself. She was literally just doing this to get the sympathy vote and to get people to follow her.
But the way the guy did it was
Yes.
fantastic, because it's her video and her crying, fake, whatever. And he goes, this isn't true. I actually have full custody. Here's the court papers.
I
It
did
shows
see
the whole
that,
thing.
yeah.
Whatever. And he goes,
The reveal.
He goes, because she's in prison for taking all this money and doing all this different stuff.
Not paying child
she
support.
embezzled money from her company.
She embezzled money,
she?
not pay, all these different things, whatever. He goes, so I have full custody of the kids. She can't even see her kids anyways. Da 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 da. There's like all this stuff, and he goes, so don't fall for her crybaby tears. And
then at the end, lives in Hillsborough County.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I thought that was great. I was like, this guy wins.
I reached out to both of them. They wanted $180.
Yeah.
So we're saying
Figure.
social media might not be real. Maybe fake.
You never know.
I just can't believe these people. Like, it's not even a smart business move to say, like if you're trying to build up. So I looked into it. So what this was it was an email back from the company, the agency that she worked for. It's a collaboration agency, and where they have a roster of social media people, and then they cross promote each other and they do stuff. So I went through their roster. They didn't have one person on there that was famous. They're all just a bunch of like kind of, they had said music. I said, oh, let me see what musicians they had. And they had like one dude, never heard of him, Yeah. So
those people reach out all the time and they promise you the world. They're like, oh, we'll get you in front of this. We'll build your following, da da da. And, it's complete crap is what they sell you.
It is complete crap.
Yeah, I get those sometimes, and I rarely even post on social media.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, everybody wants a collab.
Yeah, for real, man.
They want to post. Then people want to put post on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
My favorite is it's a company that's like, I saw you wear a watch in one of your posts. Would you like a free watch? And we'll become collaborators. It's like, what?
My wife was dining out on the fact that our dog was going to be a model for like 4 weeks. She was like, and then they want Vader to be a model. I go, they just want us to buy stuff from them. They're going to give us free shipping. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's not as big as you think. I go, I get like 40 of those a week. It's ridiculous,
man.
That's so funny.
Let's collab. You can be on the pod.
You know what drives me crazy? It is really ruined now. Is whenever somebody comments or likes or something, they have the blue check mark, and you go, "Oh, who is this famous person commenting on my thing?" And then they have 26 followers. And you're like, they bought it.
They ruined it.
Yeah, they
Those
did.
don't mean anything anymore.
They should make it. They should make two different check marks.
Absolutely.
They should make one that's I don't want to say celebrity, but they should make one of people of interest or pay famous people, whatever.
Right.
And then they should have one for people who paid just to be verified. You can be verified.
Yeah.
I think there's something to that to pay to be verified.
Yeah, if you're
so that people know it's really you. Yeah.
Business person, whatever. If you're a lawyer or a realtor or something like that, and you want to have, okay, this is me, so you know that this is me. But don't try and come off like you're famous and you have 26 followers.
Blue should be like they gave it to you. Green should be you bought it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just a different color or something. That way you know. Because that is crap. I don't like it.
The idea is that everybody's equal on the internet.
Right.
No, they're not.
They're not.
That's what they're trying to go for.
I know. Yeah, but
Because it started out as like a type of like a status symbol if you had like a blue check mark. Now everybody's equal. Everybody has a voice here. You're not better than me.
Here's the other thing. Instagram does this thing now where it's like I never saw it before. I clicked on it. It said suspicious followers. So they identified followers who are probably spam, and you can remove all of them. So I was like, oh, okay. I have 695 of them. With one press, I can get rid of them all. Half of them weren't even fake followers. They were just people who didn't use Instagram a lot. It was like dudes that listen to the show that have like one picture up there, probably created Instagram so they could follow us on Instagram. I was like, well, I can't do that now.
Have you seen what they have on Facebook Meta? They're letting AI now like summarize what's happening in your comment section.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So the first time I noticed it was yesterday on the show page, and AI summarizes what the comment section is saying about that post. Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
I was like, what? It's like
I don't like that.
the majority of people in the comment section think that Mike is this, and I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, it's weird. It breaks it down now.
Bobby almost got me to buy a new gadget yesterday.
Oh, what?
I
Fun.
had it in the shopping cart. They're Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Have you seen them? But Carmen, they're good for the show.
No.
Oh, I saw those.
They're
Yeah,
not.
Galvin got me. I have those. Not the
You do?
Ray-Ban version, but with the glasses with the cameras in them.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because
Yeah.
you just go Meta, take a picture. So if
Yeah.
I had the midgets on the couch and one of them's got a crotch shot going,
I think you have to say it clearly.
What?
You gotta say it loud.
Take a picture of Firefly.
Do you want to hear what AI is saying about the comment section? Of
Sure,
Midgets?
sure.
Says the comments are reacting to a post about the micro maidens with a mix of humor and curiosity. One commenter suggests Mike should take them to a tavern, while others joke about their size and age, with one asking how many lava lamps one needs, implying they are old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what it thinks. And it does that to all the comments now.
And doesn't get it right because
No.
they're
No.
commenting on the picture where the lava lamps are in the background, and they're saying to you,
Yeah.
It's
It's
wild.
not quite
That's
there yet.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That's AI being like, I'm real. Please believe me.
Yeah.
I can be a
Right.
human.
"This is what's happening."
Yeah.
Well,
watch-
have you seen? Oh,
Good.
go ahead. I was gonna say, have you seen the video of the girl? I think she's promoting some type of camera or something, and then at the end, it's like, "Can you believe I'm not real?"
Oh,
And it's like a whole AI, and they were like, "Here goes the way of the influencers. Like, we don't need to pay you anymore because we can just create it
Yeah.
ourselves with
make you
AI."
better looking with AI.
Do you want to know that?
But it is,
You want to know what they're saying about you, Carmen?
So Mike had that picture of Carmen.
The one where you look really pretty.
yeah.
According to Meta AI, what people are saying.
That's not
Commenters praise the beauty and confidence of the person in this picture, admiring her willingness to share photos without makeup. One
Get it,
commenter,
get it.
one
Get it.
commenter
She's
Yes.
notes,
loaded with makeup.
Yeah.
I'm not. Put a little mascara on. Well, shut up, old man. You can't see.
one commenter notes
Hate
a
everybody.
resemblance to her friend Ashley, while other encourage natural beauty and over filters.
Oh, over filters.
Oh yeah, a lot of filters. No, that was no, the prom. That I had a buttload of makeup.
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
see?
Yeah. I didn't know what picture you were talking about. Yeah, no,
And you
that
call
was,
me an old man for nothing.
Oh, I thought that was Joe. Sorry.
Well,
Why I didn't say anything? I said, "Oh."
Is it just me, or is Carmen coming in hot? How many teases you got in?
Yeah.
What is going on?
No, listen. I thought today was Saturday. I was mad. I woke up. I had to go get gas. 2 gas stations were closed.
you think you were mad, or were I more mad that Tom texted me before my alarm went off?
Oh, why?
Yeah, like the
Who
worst.
is he?
Good morning,
Right?
balls.
He's not the worst. But
I texted him yesterday, and he took a while to respond to me, and I had already fallen asleep. So he has to know what I need. So he texts me
What's up,
like,
boss?
"Yeah, hey, I called you back last night. You didn't answer, and then I called you to text you back, and you didn't answer. So I want to make sure you got it ready." Like he's trying to take care of me, but I was like, "God damn it, you beat my alarm, Tom. You text me before the alarm."
Oh, that is the word. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You know, listen, obviously we're up early and stuff, but after 6 is fine. You know that we're
After
up.
6 is
Yeah,
perfect.
exactly, because you know we're here. You know we're away. Like, in fact, maybe tune in to make sure that we're on the air.
Right.
Who's okay there? All right, I hear Mike there. Okay, now I can text him.
My parents used to text me during best of. Oh, they call me. I go, "Hello, hey, I just turned the radio on, and they're playing best of." Yeah. Just want to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, I'm off. Yeah. So why we have best of.
Yeah.
I was going to sleep in on this best of, but now.
Yeah,
no.
During best of, I get up at 5 a.m. just to
Yeah.
enjoy the day.
Yeah.
you know you can put your phone on Do Not Disturb, right?
Evidently, my phone was on Do Not Disturb,
And
Yeah.
it still went
and
on.
it still rang.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
so Tom must be on your special list.
maybe he's
So wait-
special.
he
Yeah,
definitely
to
is.
wake you up.
Wake you
You
up.
know.
I said, "You do not disturb, boss. Don't worry, I can still get through."
It's just me.
Yeah.
I'm the only one on the list.
That's so funny, dude.
Spanish. I was watching Stuart Varney on Fox Business yesterday, which I like to watch after the show for a little while.
Mm-hmm. It's a
they
great
were
show.
they were talking to different people. They'd be like, "Okay, let's check in with this guy and what this stock is," and he'd go Contraeo, and the guy go, "Contraeo is a company that does this with AI and blah 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 blah, blah. And it helps with real estate through AI." And it was cool. And then they go, "Okay, and the next stock took a big jump today. What is it? This is a stock that works with." Excuse me.
Oh, you all right? The AI's guy is
got
coming
me.
at you.
It's a stock that works with mail delivery system using AI and everything.
Yeah,
everything
dude.
had AI.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Every company that was trending up or ticking forward or whatever had AI. It was just an AI company.
Dude, and what's wild is a lot of these companies, it's like I don't know how you think of AI, but when I think of AI, I think of like Skynet or something.
That's all I think about is Skynet.
So a lot of these companies, they're saying they have AI, but it's just an algorithm, essentially. And it's just an algorithm that has the capability of learning faster than some other company's algorithm.
Still makes me nervous.
100%, yeah.
Because this is the beginning of it.
Oh, dude.
It's a scramble now.
Not only are you right in thinking that, but BlackRock's AI, Aladdin, basically spearheaded the whole real estate AI thing, where it has in 2008 when when everything crashed the first time, the U.S. government.
Knew?
Well, the U.S. government gave BlackRock all of its data, all of its personal data, and all of its citizens' data, which is why the government was able to rebound so quickly. They made a couple $1 trillion in the span of like a month with that Aladdin program. So now all these other companies, though, are biting off that algorithm and creating all their AI, quote unquote.
You're right, though, that AI now is becoming a very broad term compared to what it actually is, or what you think they're referring to.
I sat here with my wife yesterday. We were in this room when the Trump verdict came out, and he was guilty, and he came out and he made his speech out there, and my wife goes, "Ooh," and I go, "Yeah." I go, "That just made him stronger now," but the problem is that, it made him stronger with the people, but the Democrats are going to be like, this isn't working. He's getting stronger somehow. I looked at her and I said, write it down. And she goes, okay. I go, it's 5:30 on May 30th. I said, Trump will be assassinated before the election.
100%.
100%.
What?
He will take a bullet in the throat before it'll be a psychotic, liberal, supposedly. I'm not saying it'll be a psychotic liberal, somebody that's going to get to Trump, very much a Jack Ruby style before he goes, because that's the only thing that they can do. And they're going to put this guy in jail, and they're going to vote him to be president while he's in jail. I mean, it's going to be insane. This country, my brother texts me and he goes, so we prepare for the Civil War now? I go, I guess so. Did you see the videos of the people outside the courtroom? Half for, half against, screaming at each other, fighting with each other. I go, this is the beginning. This is how it goes. I don't care what side you're on. It's psycho on both sides.
Yeah.
It's psycho on both sides. And like the people who are out there protesting against Trump, for what? Nothing you do is going to change the outcome of that case. And then the people that are out there protesting for Trump are letting them know that they're still going to support him,
But those people are usually the lunatic fringe of both sides.
There's a lot of them.
Like even on I was looking at TMZ, they've picked like they're talking about the MAGA protesters, and it's the 4 or 5 goofiest, dirtiest looking losers.
Did you see the one that put her
the whole group,
smothered the other one with her breast?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
I also think, especially after watching some, I don't really know what to call them, but videos that show people preparing to protest.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of those people are staged by someone,
probably,
either George Soros or someone in the Department of Justice.
And the way they frame it too, because we've all seen that where this crowd's crazy, whatever, and then you see another angle and it's like 20 people. Meanwhile, the way they frame it, it looks like there's 4,000.
And if those people aren't there, all these news networks have nothing to show you. So they have to, they got to put. It's like I said, it's the lunatic fringe of both these parties.
What's really scary is, I still question whether there's going to be an election in November. And the Department of Homeland Security had a huge press conference that went under the radar in the beginning of May, talking about mind control and how the government has actual mind control capabilities, where they revealed that they have this device that can make people feel like they're going crazy, that makes them hear voices, it makes them act in ways where they will wake up out of this stupor and they don't know what they've done.
They've made me believe Joe exists.
Dude, so you have all these pieces at play now.
It's called Facebook.
Yeah, I mean,
the mind control.
Kinda, and it's like,
I don't know what's going to happen. I felt like if the conviction is, if the sentencing is the 11th and the convention is the 15th.
Yeah. Dude.
If he doesn't go to the convention, if he goes to jail, it's going to be complete and utter insanity. Mm-hmm. If he gets out and he is able to go to if he has a mistrial or whatever, and he goes to the convention, then they're going to be like, okay, now we got to get him. We got to rub him out.
I mean, not only that, but then like you have all these fighting age nationals coming in through the border,
Yeah.
and I don't mean to sound like that the scary doomsday guy. I think
I was watching yesterday how they would interview the people that came through the border. 'Cause
And
they'll
none
just
of them are
talk.
from Mexico.
Yeah.
No, and they'll tell. But they were bringing up a good point. They said if you're coming in through Turkey if you're Turkey and you're going through this country and that country, they're letting you go without visas.
Yeah.
They're letting you travel without travel visas. Why are they letting you go? And then they should deport them back to those countries and say, this is your mistake.
Yeah.
You let them through. It was very interesting.
Yeah, it's not just families looking for jobs.
No.
They're
No, it's
trying to
just-
find better lives for their kids. It's a lot of bad people from all over the world
It's a lot
that are
of-
sneaking in the mix.
That's how
Well, the
Carmen's
thing-
dad got in.
Yeah.
No, nope. Well, the crazy thing is, it's a lot of grown men with kids. And they keep asking, "Where's the mom? Where's the
Yeah.
mom?" And they're like,
Are those your kids?
¿Dónde está tu madre?
Yeah.
Oh, I speak Chinese.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and they're not from Mexico. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. The
I don't know.
FBI just released this wild report that they were saying that only 10% of the people coming through the border are families. Only 10%. That
Right.
leaves 90% of.
So why are we letting them all in?
I don't know.
Well-
I'd vote for you at this point. Carmen.
Yeah, they say they're letting
Mike,
them in.
you're the one who said let them in.
Well, Schumacher is the one saying that we don't have a workforce anymore, and the U.S.
We need 'em?
population isn't having kids, so we need immigrants to fill that gap, which I think is very interesting.
I feel like we should let them in the right way. Like you get there, you have to do all the right paperwork, and if not, we got to turn you away. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Ellis Island.
That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've talked about this before where it's not crazy to think you have all these people coming in, you put them to work on the infrastructure, you pay them, and while they're getting their papers and they're working, you can tax that money that you're paying them. They get documentation legally and everybody wins. But
Gives them a chance to grow some roots here.
yeah, you know
But
what
the
I mean?
thing is, that's not the way they're doing it.
No, they're just giving them money and a cell phone and telling them
Right.
good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And putting them in hotels.
Yeah.
I think that the biggest conspiracy on July 11th when Trump is sentenced, that is also Free Slurpee Day.
Dude, don't do this to us.
I'm telling you.
Take your
Don't
mind
do
out.
this.
That is Free Slurpee
I was
Day.
going to go and protest, but now that I got a Slurpee, I'm fine.
I feel like they're trying to distract us from what's going on
Yeah.
by offering free Slurpees to America.
Any
Yeah.
flavor?
Any flavor.
Any flavor.
Yeah.
Any
Trump.
cup?
Trump schmump. I'm going to get me a Slurpee.
I don't
You
know if you want to do a Reddit deep dive, but
Dude.
Free Slurpee is July 11th.
You know
Don't
what's
make
going to
me
be the
go.
biggest flavor? Orange.
Oh. Trump orange.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of hair in it.
Soros Slurpees
Dude,
for everybody.
Slurpees is great.
Yeah. So keep an eye on
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
So just remember, everybody out there who
Now
is
Gio's going to get assassinated.
yeah, if you're poo-pooing on like Bitcoin and Ethereum, all that, this is a smart time to start looking into that because as the dollar goes bananas because of everything in this country, people are going to be looking at gold, silver, and
I'm going
cryptocurrency.
to start buying gold.
Yeah,
Bars.
That's not
I'm going to go
a
to
bad
Golden
idea.
Diamond Source and buy some bars.
Yeah.
I'm getting my Slurpee.
Dude, you got to
Oh,
get your
yeah.
Slurpee.
You hear that, Joe Biden? You're not going to stop me from getting my free goddamn Slurpee.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, this is America.
Throw a dog in there, we're sealing the deal.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What if Robert Kennedy gets a free Slurpee and it fixes his voice?
Oh my
I
God.
don't know. Hey, guys.
Oh man, assassination.
Now my voice is better.
now has your thought of the outcome of the election changed at all?
Me
Because of
or-
this.
Carmen,
Everybody. I'm
I
asking
have
everybody.
No idea.
No.
Like
Well-
I can't even fathom what's going to
That's
happen.
what
If
I'm
this guy
saying.
goes to jail, they may still elect him president.
I can point out a couple things. One, the people are saying that there's not going to be any jail time.
yeah, they
That-
also said there was no way he was going to get convicted.
I'm just
Right.
telling you what people are saying. Also, is that I saw a lot of congratulations, Democrats. You just made him president
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people supporting. And do you know that his site went down from too many donations?
Yes,
That's
yes.
what
Oh,
they
really?
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see
But
the
it's other people
support for
saying,
him waning at all, and I don't, and I, listen, this is definitely, no matter who you're voting for and who you like, this is definitely a political hit job.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
this is the timeline design and everything is designed to make it impossible for this guy to become president. So the fact that he, yesterday they were going over and they're like, there's nothing to this case. There's nothing here that says he's guilty. There's nothing, and then they're like, boom, guilty on all accounts. So now they're going to be like, there's no way he's going to jail. But meanwhile, the Secret Service is meeting with the prisons and wondering how, figuring out a process of how they're going to be able to protect him while he's in prison.
Yeah, after yesterday, I think this judge is definitely going to put Trump in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it's going to be insane.
They need to look in on those jurors I bet one of them got just paid off their house or something like that.
Well,
You
now
know,
they're all open. They all can talk to the media. They can do book deals,
Carmen, they
podcast
But it was-
deals,
they
whatever they
had
want.
to all be unanimous in their decision, and the fact that they came back with a verdict so quickly.
in 30 minutes.
Yes.
That's
Well, no,
right.
they were in there 9 hours
Right,
total.
but the thing is that they went back and read article. They were all exactly on the same page. There were 2 questions that they had to ask. They got it answered, and they said, "Okay, that's it."
No, but did you see they just had to be unanimous on their on whether he was guilty or not. They did not have to be unanimous
on the individual charges.
on individual charges.
Because I think
They
it was
specified that.
the judge worded it in a way that they didn't have to,
Right.
like the instruction to the jury.
Like, hey, a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't know. I guarantee there's some money or something. Like if Trump's people looks into it, there's some shady business happening.
I still think it's going to be a coin flip, and it's going to come down to tens of thousands of votes in a couple of the swing states.
I think
Just-
it's
just like the last 2 times.
It's crazy how many more people are now talking about corruption in our government that have never been talking about it before because of this. Whether they're on the left or the right, everyone
is
is
the
talking
most
about government
obvious-
corruption. Yeah.
Right.
This is the most obvious case of. I mean, this is Comey going through Hillary Clinton's
Yeah.
emails days before the election. This is
Same
is
thing.
that on steroids.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it is, like I said, this November is going to be wild.
And this is where we live.
Yeah. Yeah, we're no different than all the other countries. People think we're different, but we're
And we
not.
used to just do
no.
it better.
Yeah.
We used to
Yeah.
just be better scumbags than everybody else.
For real.
And now we just don't care.
Well, the people don't care because everybody feels like they can't do
There's
anything.
nothing you can do. Lionel used to say, "This is happening right under our noses," and I'd go, "What do we do?
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do. We're not a country that's willing to get fireballs and go out in the middle of the street and try to overthrow the government. We did that on January 6th, and everybody put those people in jail.
Yeah.
So everybody's afraid now.
But it's
But good.
I was just going to say it's almost like what came first, the chicken or the egg, with the sense of, is it that we feel like we can't do anything because we can't, or because we've just been convinced that we can't do anything?
We
Right.
don't. We first of all, we've been convinced that we can't do anything, and the people who want to try and do something, people like me are like, "I want to do it," and they go, "Well, you could go to jail or die." I'm like, "Well, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
It's way too
But-
precious."
Well, in
Other
other
countries are willing to give their lives
Yeah.
for it. We're not. We're too lazy.
Right. Well, like I sent something to Spanish a while back, and like the French farmers, they all protested. They shut down their highways. They went to the Capitol, surrounded it, this and that, and then there was no media coverage on it. And it's
Yeah.
like, why do you think this is? Because it shows other countries how you can actually make a difference if
Yeah.
you all stand together.
Also, it's boring.
Yeah, yeah.
Farmers.
Yeah, that's
that-
these media companies. They don't want to put that stuff up there.
No, that
They
doctor.
wanna
Well,
hide
they're
it.
getting paid not to.
Yeah, yeah.
That Dr. Ben Carson, who discovered epigenetics and all that in our DNA, made a really great point. He said, what COVID should have taught everyone is that if we banded together, we could literally shut down the economy for at least a month. That's all we need to do is shut down the economy for a month, and everybody that's in power, Amazon, all these people, it would shut all that down. The dollar would crumble, and the people would have actual leveraging power with the government to come in and say, all right, if you want us to go back to work, here are our demands. And if you don't meet them, we don't need to go back
Also,
to work.
let's not drag Amazon into this.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I was using them as an
I know
example.
what you're
Sorry,
saying,
Jeff
but,
Bezos.
I don't-
But yeah, like if we could actually group together, figure out how we can get a food supply and
the
work
problem
together
is-
for a month.
Greed comes in.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
minute somebody sees an opportunity there and says, "Well, I'm going to do this because it's been more beneficial for me,"
Yeah.
not the people. So,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
all right, let's take a break. Get the show rolling this morning. It's a nice gloomy Friday now. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. We're going to play Sporkle. We'll do it next on 1025 The Bone. Carmen,
Yes.
what do we have to give away today?
Okay, so we have tickets for Tyler Childers.
Hate to have woken you during the show.
No. Well,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm a little nervous because we switched Comrexes, and then you've been saying I've been loud.
No, you have been. You're piercing our ears.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make
You
sure I
hurt my
don't.
soul when you talk loud.
I'm trying to make sure I don't do that. So I'm a little nervous. So
Excellent job.
Yeah.
You're still out.
Practice
I
your
am?
practice your shark voice, Carmen. Practice your shark voice.
So tomorrow's Saturday.
Put your hair in a ponytail and don't color it.
I already do that.
What's his name? Who do you have? Tyler Childers?
Tyler Childers, Journey, 30 Seconds to Mars, Imagine Dragons, and the Marley Brothers.
All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. See, See, that's loud. That put hair on the back of my neck the minute you played it. Yeah.
Over here, it's.
I know.
You've been deeply penetrating my ear holes.
Yes.
Hot. So hot.
So hot. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Today we're going to play 5-letter word ladder. Can you name these words that have 5 letters in this 5-letter word ladder?
Indeed.
Okay?
Indeed, we can.
All right. Good. Let's go. Here we go. Not light.
Dark.
Mike.
What is
Heavy.
it? Heavy.
5 letters.
Yeah,
Remember.
yeah.
Lift up or throw.
Heave.
Spanish. Make like a tree.
Leave.
Galvin. Rental contract.
Lease.
Galvin. Smallest amount.
Least.
Galvin. Beauty.
Beast.
Galvin. Brag.
Post.
Mike. Shore.
Coast.
Geo. And Pap. We're halfway there.
Man.
Yeah, it goes fast when you get them.
Gio and Spanish both have a single point.
Hell yeah.
Michael doubling that with 2.
Oh.
Galvin doubling that as your leader. He's winning with 4.
Oh.
All right. We're playing 5-letter word ladder. Your last word was coast. Your next clue, rock fragment.
Core.
Rock.
Course. Oh, no. That's not working.
Last word was coast. Change 1 letter. Rock fragment.
Court.
Classed is what it is.
CLAST.
Correct.
All right.
Rock fragment.
All right.
Classed. Your next one, the
Blast.
Should I Stay or Should I
Clash.
Go band. Mike Calta.
Oh.
2004
Clash.
Oscar winner.
Crash.
Galvin.
Great movie.
Intense infatuation.
Crush.
Galvin. Bread's edge.
Crush.
Toast. Oh, idiot.
Mike. Vessel for holding oil or vinegar at the table.
Craft. No.
Cruise.
Vessel for holding oil or vinegar at the table.
Voose.
Floost.
Cruet. Cruet.
That's not
Cruet.
real.
DeVille?
It is. No. Nope. Your next one, Reese Witherspoon's intentions.
Cruel.
Mike. And Pap.
Oh.
We're on the last 3.
Gio and Spanish, no movement there. They're both still at 1.
Come
Hey,
on,
man. Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty accurate.
Hey, man.
You gotta point it out.
All right. Michael with 5, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 6.
All right. 5-letter word ladder, last 3. Your last one was cruel. Here we go. A basket for holding fish. Your last word was
A basket for holding fish?
your last word. Last word was cruel.
I have no idea.
Cruel. A basket for
New.
creel. Creel. That is what it's called.
All right.
Okay. With arms
Creep.
wide. Galvin?
Yeah.
All right. That's scary. And your last one.
Creep.
Creek.
Do you guys want me to read it?
I'm ready to play.
Okay. Rock and roll. Coiner. Allen.
Pointer.
Crooner?
Pruner.
Is that what you're saying? No, I'm
Coiner.
asking you a
I know.
question.
Coiner.
What's a
See,
coiner?
He
They coined it.
the phrase
Okay.
rock and roll.
Oh. And what is the last word?
Rock and roll. Coiner. Allen.
Pointer.
What's the last word?
I'm looking for his last name.
What's
No.
the last word?
Creed.
Freed. Jesus Christ.
I like that
Yeah,
she
but
buzzed
she
you.
doesn't have to give you that again. Technically, she doesn't have to give you the last word.
Yeah, I
again.
didn't know what you were asking for. The last word
She
or the
said-
last word that I was saying in the question.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Last word!
And you're like, what is coiner?
Yeah, Jesus. I mean,
There's a lot right to this game.
But she wasn't saying coiner.
Yeah.
She was saying something else.
no, I was saying coiner.
No, you
I
weren't.
said coiner.
She said coiner, and Mike goes, it's crooner. And she goes, no, it's not. It's coiner. And he goes, what is coiner? Give me the word.
Yeah, what's the last word?
And then I
don't-
Carmen was correct the entire time.
Thank you, Gio.
Oh, look at these two
Sorry,
best
I
friends.
just got to call it like I see it.
Thank you, Gio.
Sorry, Carmen. It was very confusing.
Yeah, you were.
Where are we at now?
I won.
We're done. Yeah, that didn't even matter.
Your final score: Jew and Spanish still stagnant with 1. Michael with 6, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 7.
Sorry, I was writing something.
That was scary.
What is happening?
Oh, my God.
We should all just go home.
What was the last word? No, I'm just kidding.
Coiner.
I said coiner. What does that mean?
dude.
I don't know.
And Calvin's like, she doesn't have to give you the last word. Again. She doesn't tell you anymore.
Oh my God. That was great.
All right. Congratulations, Calvin. Pick a line, please.
Line 5.
All right. Let me get to line 5 there. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. It's Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. You are the winner. If I will put you on
Hey.
hold,
Well.
and then Carmen will grab you during the
Awesome.
break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Good job. Thank you.
Coiner.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, a coiner just didn't seem right.
Yeah.
They coined the phrase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coined
Yeah.
the phrase rock and roll.
Yeah,
Would've been a
I
lot
get
easier.
it now.
Yeah.
Coiner.
Last word.
I knew what the answer was, but I just had to make sure.
That was great.
Oh,
Glad we got it all covered.
Did it, everybody. We did it.
What do we have coming up in news, Calvin?
Coming up in news today, Chewy on the inside. We get it. You're gay. And President RSN 2934.
Hey, what are the year-to-date totals?
The year-to-date totals for Sporkle. Gio is in 4th place with 5 wins for the year. I am in 3rd place with 11 wins for the year. Galvin is in 2nd place with 30 wins for the year. And Michael, you are in the lead with 53 wins for the year.
I am slacking.
No, you guys are
All
doing
right.
great.
There was a long stretch there where I wasn't getting any.
Yeah, it's all right.
I like those
You're back.
days. Yeah. All right, Calvin has your news. We'll take a quick break, and we'll do that next on 102.5 The Bone.
So
Hey,
this weekend is UFC 302, which means UFC
Right.
303 is coming up. That's at the end of June, the 29th. So
End of
that's-
June.
Yeah, got to get it in there.
heading on out to Las Vegas to see Conor McGregor fight, and then the September one, right? That's going to the one that's going to be in the Sphere. That's going to be pretty awesome.
That'll be super cool.
I think I'm going to choose Sphere over Pearl Jam.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder what they're going to do. Like, do they put the fighters up on the sphere, or what? I wonder what that's going to look like.
Great question.
I bet you the walkout is
Yeah.
up on the Sphere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's going to be pretty cool.
They would look so huge in that sphere, dude. Projected. out
And like,
there.
is it going to be distracting? Is stuff going on during the fight?
I bet you they don't put the fight up there.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't think so?
No, because I don't know. I mean, no, because like Gio said, it'd be too
Yeah,
distracting.
you're right.
But then again, you're usually
And they
watching
want-
a screen.
Well, and they want you to buy tickets. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're not going to show the concert.
Yeah, they're not
Right?
going to show it on the
Oh,
outside.
I meant I'm
Right.
talking about the inside.
Oh,
Carmen.
inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the walkouts I think would be what really would be cool.
Yeah.
I can tell you, it'd be a pretty good party to be in the parking lot and watching on the Sphere.
Oh,
yeah, it'd be great if
I'd
they
pay.
charged, you know, and just like walled it off or did something. I don't know how they would do it.
A buddy of mine was just out in Vegas, and he says when you see that sphere, like seeing it in pictures and stuff,
Yeah.
doesn't do it justice how
That's what my brother-in-law
massively
said. Yeah,
huge it is, and like how crystal clear the picture is on the outside.
it's a great idea. It'd be a
Yeah.
matter of time before the Sphere's everywhere.
And that is September 14th, which is UFC 306.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that'll be right before your birthday.
Exactly.
Oh,
we should all go
right.
out there and celebrate.
Celebrate.
yeah.
Traveling of me through my mother's love canal.
Yeah. Hell
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Whoa.
I got to tell you, I've been hit with sevens lately. So I stopped and bought something, and it was $7.77,
Oh,
and then
man.
I went to log in this morning, and the number they gave me was 77. Luka Doncic last night put away the Timberwolves, number 77.
Yeah.
Oh
boy.
boy,
Lucky sevens,
watch
baby.
out, everybody! May or may not have won $700 last night.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't tell my wife. My wife was like, Do you just stay up and watch basketball now?
You're an NBA guy now.
I go, yeah, I enjoy it. She goes, you don't stay up for the stand. Well, yes, you do. I go, yeah, relax.
That's funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
A very funny comedian named Kyle Kinane is going to be in the studio with us for the first time. I am a longtime fan.
Yeah.
But Kyle is not a guy that usually does comedy clubs. He usually does like rock and roll clubs for some reason. And we never have had a chance to get him on the show, but he's very funny. And he'll be here in the 9 o'clock hour.
And was the voice of Comedy Central for a while. I don't know if he's still doing the voice.
Was he really?
Yeah. He was doing a lot of the Comedy Central stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, Galvin, what do we have in today's news?
We're talking about all these different upcoming dates. Today's news brought to you by Pelt Shoes. Don't forget, coming up on Sunday, June 16th is Father's Day. So if you're looking for something for your father or a father in your life, you can stop by Pelt Shoes. They have all the different shoes, every shoe for every man. They've got athletic shoes. They got work boots, sandals, boating shoes, dress shoes. What do you wear when you go fishing?
I usually wear sandals.
Yeah, sandals.
Yeah.
Well, you got sandals there. You can get some fishing
Rubber
shoes if you want.
sandals so I get a good grip.
Yeah, in case you get a marlin off the shore there.
Sometimes those grunts give me a good fight.
You never know.
Yeah, right.
Pelts has locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers, so you stop in there. You can get some deals for Father's Day.
Now I want to go fishing tomorrow.
Yeah, stop into a Pelts and make sure you tell them Galvin sent you.
Anybody want to go fishing tomorrow?
I would love to go fishing, but I have my Saturday show from noon to 2 here on this radio station, so I can't.
That really blows up your whole Saturday.
Maybe not to mention you have to climb out of that mood after you leave the show.
Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes I got to take one of Shark's hairs and then just,
Are you
tie it
going
around
to
my
miss
wrist.
it after tomorrow?
Well, I mean, if you get rid of it, I'll miss it.
I'm canceling it.
Don't
The
cancel it.
over-under is 4.
Can we split the money if you do cancel it?
What's the money?
I thought you guys were betting money on this.
Oh, I thought you meant you were getting paid for it.
Oh.
I was saying I'll split that money.
No,
Yeah.
there's no money to be made. Everybody knew it was going to be canceled.
Come on.
It's like, you're not going to win
Hey
anything.
guys, it's week 4, the pivotal show here.
Yeah, here we go.
At Sad Weirdo Saturday.
What
What is it called?
Should have been nicer to the guys.
It's called Let's Get Real, a talk show for guys.
Is that really what it's called?
I think so. I think that's what it's on.
I
Way
never-
to alienate
Wow.
the female audience.
Yeah,
I never
Yeah.
heard a talk show for guys.
Let me make sure.
You're
before.
on it.
Yeah, I mean, but he created
No, that's
the
what
name.
it's called. Girls,
Yeah,
ladies,
talk.
don't listen.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it is.
That's
but
well, you just said talk show for guys.
I
so
mean,
girls don't
maybe if
listen.
you weren't so vindictive, we'd invite you on.
Oh.
But God damn.
I would
wouldn't
never
go on
come
that
on.
show.
Yeah,
Well,
what?
yeah, perfect.
You should add featuring Anthony Policami.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I would add that. Yeah.
Shark Coast Tactical is doing a video podcast, which I think is great because it's about guns and they know all about guns. And they were like, would you come on the podcast? I said, 100%. I would never go on Sad Weirdo Saturday.
Yeah. I don't. I don't think.
Here's why.
I don't think.
First of all, I was not invited.
Right.
But here's why. I wouldn't be able to control myself. I'd be like, you stink. You're I don't know what I would say. I would say stuff
Well,
that I
that's all right.
probably don't
With
want
that
to
great conversation, why wouldn't they have you on? You stink. You stink.
I got it. But I mean, maybe that's all part of it. You know what I mean?
No.
It's all part of life. Yeah,
not.
man.
It's all part of the
Yeah,
journey,
It's all
right?
part of. Thank you. See?
Sometimes there's struggles, and they name Mike Calta.
He knows.
What is the name of the show?
Let's get real.
I'm going to do a show
Just guys.
called, what time is it on? Noon to 2?
Noon to 2. Yeah.
I'm going to do a show at 2 called Quit Being Pussies.
Yeah. So that would be great. You could bump Mike Olivero's show and then quit being pussies.
I only need 15 minutes.
Perfect.
I'm just going to, it's me going, quit being pussies. And that's it. Show's
Yeah,
over. I don't
yeah.
even have to
All
bump
right.
Olivero.
I mean, like I said, I think it's a great idea. I would love to have you on personally, but
Sometimes you go home and you sit there with your eyes closed for a half hour and think about all the things you did. And shut up.
it's good meditation to sit with your eyes closed.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Call
do
that
it.
napping.
Yeah, good way to take a nap.
Yeah, well, you could nap. Yeah. But I do love meditating. Yeah, especially whether it's with my eyes closed or not.
Yeah, I would love to see you meditating with your eyes open.
It's a lot harder than I thought, but it's not
Oh,
not
look,
like that.
Galvin's
Yeah.
meditating.
You
Oh,
could
yeah,
blink,
look at that.
you could blink, but it's just yeah.
You look like Hoppy staring off into the woods.
Well, that is definitely a hoppy look. I don't do that. I usually will blink my eyes. It's so good. Yeah.
Oh, Mike's meditating now too.
Look, when I really get into it, watch what happens. When I really get into it, ready?
Oh, flow state. That's flow state right
yeah,
there.
yeah. And
Joe,
then-
you ever come around the corner and just see Spanish sitting on the couch with his eyes open, staring at the wall?
Yeah, it's very disturbing.
yeah. Sometimes I go outside under the lychee tree, and I imagine everyone in the house is looking at me weird. But
By the way, how did it go with Sweet and Low yesterday?
Oh man.
I heard she was not happy.
but you can take this one. I'm not touching it.
Do not talk about Sweet and Low.
I'm not touching it.
Yesterday, we were giving Spanish a hard time about Joe's girlfriend's mother who lives in the house with them.
Who Spanish is
bangs.
very good friends with.
Yeah,
And they went on a date.
They went on
Yeah.
a date.
All right.
They went down to
I'm
the
sorry,
pier
Carmen, what
together.
did you say?
I said, and they're banging.
Oh, that's not.
Jesus.
We have no
That's where the
confirmation on
problem
that.
happens
Wow.
right there.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the
Uncalled for.
problem? I
You're going to
mean,
ruin Joe's marriage.
I mean,
No. So
wait a minute.
the mother said to Spanish, I feel like getting out of the house. Do you want to go somewhere? And they went down to the pier together and walked around and got biscottis and talked about life.
We did not get biscotti. I got biscottis after the pier.
right.
And we watched, yeah.
And you watch what?
Nothing.
You were just going to say that.
I was
You
gonna
watch
say-
Sunset?
Nah, yeah.
Is that what you're going to say?
Oh
It was
yeah.
gorgeous. It turns the whole city gold, man.
Romantic.
like lovers do.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
All
right.
All right.
There we go.
Like lovers do.
I regret saying anything.
So what happened, Joe?
When?
Yeah, Joe.
Oh,
Jeez.
Jesus.
On May 14th, 1932. Yesterday.
The Axis power. Oh, I'm so. Okay. She was just not happy. She didn't.
About
like,
what?
She didn't like being talked about.
But I mean,
Well, yeah.
I mean, that was really it.
Yeah.
I think.
who was she mad at, you or
No,
Spanish?
I don't think she was mad at either. I don't think she was mad at either one of us. I don't. Even
Was she
think
mad at Mike?
Me?
I
I,
mean,
didn't say
I don't-
anything.
I-
Me? I'm just asking. Was she
What
mad
did
at
I
me?
do?
No, I don't think she was mad at anybody. I think she was just upset
Well, I don't want to.
About what, though?
about being talked
That we
about.
outed her relationship with Spanish.
No,
Yeah.
See,
It's not a relationship. As a matter of fact, I had the girl that I'm dating over last night to meet everyone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you were like,
Threesome.
see, now this is
That's where I think she gets mad.
why? Implying that
We're
you
not
guys-
saying her name.
Sexually, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
listen.
frustrated.
It's more of an emotional relationship than it is sexual.
she does not want to be objectified. I
Not
guess
a
is what-
relationship at all. It's a friendship. It's a very nice
Did she
friendship.
have
That is a
words?
relationship.
Did she have words with you about it, Joe?
I did talk to her about it. You know,
What'd you say? And then what'd she say? And then what'd you say?
no, I'm not giving you the rundown.
Did you bring it up or did she bring it up?
No,
the folds?
Sugar Pants actually texted me and said my mom is upset. So when I
Right.
went home, I said, "Hey, are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just, I was just a little upset." So I gave her a hug and we sat down and talked for a while, and that was
Oh, no, you're in.
No.
She
I
should
don't
listen to
believe that.
Mike's new show.
it.
I met the lady one time. She seems delightful.
She's lovely.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah, she is.
just making jokes about Spanish.
Yeah.
I know.
Unfortunately, her image caught some shrapnel.
Yeah.
But it's not really about her. It's
I
just about a possible old lady girlfriend in Spanish house
She's not my girlfriend.
That lives in his house now.
Yeah.
that they watch sunsets together.
We did. It was lovely. I had a really good time with her.
You're
I can't wait to
friends.
do it again. Yeah.
With benefits.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
No,
I mean, the benefits
You
aren't
said,
sexual.
You said yes.
Nope. I did not say yes.
said
Not yet.
I did not say yes.
You said I said you're friends, and you say yeah. I said with benefits.
You can't, but then you can't do the thing at the end.
I finished before you,
you
said
can't
yes.
do the
So
thing
that
at the
counts.
end.
Listen, are you saying? I don't even want to get into
What? What do you got? What do you
That's
got?
it. Well, no, nothing. You better just let it go. You started it.
I
Because
did.
you
I
said
take
that-
full
You
responsibility.
said that you were both in the hammock together. As
That was a joke,
All
yeah.
right, but
Yeah.
now we
Was
just started.
it?
Then we started
Yeah.
picturing that.
Yeah. I do really love her. She's awesome. She's one of my favorite people.
love.
You love her?
That's the word.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. Eat my biscotti.
Oh,
Dude.
I'm sorry if it's a little dry. I'm sorry if it's a little dry.
What is wrong with you, man?
What? You wouldn't share your biscotti with her?
No,
You would.
I would not.
What does the new girlfriend think of the?
She loves
Old
it.
girlfriend.
Okay, good.
Yeah. She loves it.
So now
She
you have
loves
a
the
new
living
girlfriend.
situation. No, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, but we are. We're dating. We've been dating for over a month. Yeah.
But you can see other
Exclusive?
people.
No, what's that?
You see other people.
I don't know.
She does.
I don't know. I haven't asked her.
Interesting.
Not my, yeah.
Have you taken her to see the sunset?
What's
the
that?
City of Gold? Have you taken her to see the sunset?
Yeah, the city of gold.
Have you tasted
Yeah.
her biscottis?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah. Delicious.
Oh,
okay.
all right.
So you guys are doing it.
Tiramisu. Yeah.
So you're no longer celibate.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That was 2 weeks.
It was not 2 weeks.
You're no Lenny Kravitz.
I was
Yeah,
I had that news. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
he's gonna be very upset with you.
Oh. All right. Well, let's get right into it. Let's get into news with Galvin.
Well, if you haven't heard, a Manhattan jury found Donald Trump guilty yesterday on all 34 accounts of falsifying business records to cover up a hush money payment to Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. He'll be sentenced on July 11th, but he's definitely going to appeal, which could push that date back. He could get jail time, but at this point, it's anybody's guess. Each count carries a 4-year sentence, but most he could get is 20 years. Legal experts say incarceration appears unlikely, but who knows? Trump is going to speak today at 11 a.m. at Trump Tower in New
I
York.
didn't know that.
Yeah, we do have some of his comments outside of the courtroom after the guilty verdict. Here is former President Donald Trump speaking outside the courtroom.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. But the real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA and the whole thing. We didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win. Because our country's gone to hell. We don't have the same country anymore. We have a divided mess. We're a nation in decline, serious decline. Millions and millions of people pouring into our country right now. From prisons and from mental institutions, terrorists. And they're taking over our country. We have a country that's in big trouble. But this was a rigged decision right from day one with a conflicted judge who should have never been allowed to try this case, never. And we will fight for our Constitution. This is long from over. Thank you very much.
Interesting. I watched him say that. I love watching these moments of history live, you know. I watched it yesterday when he made the speech. It made me laugh when he said, I'm very innocent. I'm not just
Very innocent. Some would say most innocent.
You know he had that, the real verdict will be on
November 5th.
Yeah.
You know he had that line ready to go for weeks.
By the way, I love how he says Biden the same way he says China. Biden, 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 Biden. Some of the people in Hollywood reacting. Guess what? They're not on his side. Star Wars alum Mark Hamill, of course, wrote guilty several times on Twitter. Billy Baldwin wrote guilty on all accounts. Jean Carroll, check emoji. Stormy Daniels, check emoji. Election interference, espionage, blah, 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 check emoji. It says Martin, an actor on Only Murders in the Building, so I don't know whether it's Martin Short or Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one it is. It says Stormy trumps Donald. It says today would be a good day for the GOP members to engage in serious self-reflection about their devotion to a convicted felon.
Who said that?
That was either Steve Martin or Martin Short, because in the story from a Hollywood Reporter, it
Steve
just says Martin. Is it?
That's Steve. It's got to be.
Good, because I don't want to hate Martin Short.
Yeah.
Stephen
Which is interesting, Galvin, that you say that, is because you're not like a big Trump supporter, but it would still make you hate Martin. I get it. I get it. It's like who asked you?
Stephen King, who's always talking about it, said on Twitter, the Republican candidate for president is a convicted felon. Let's see some of the other ones. George Takei. Linda Carter, Wonder Woman, wrote.
I haven't heard from her in 40 years.
34 is now my favorite number. Barbara Streisand also said in a post, convicted felon Donald Trump is blaming the judge, the jury in New York for being found guilty on 34 accounts. He will never accept accountability for his crimes. Americans must not allow this felon anywhere near the White House again.
And now, do you realize the more you Hollywood elite a-holes say stuff like that, the more Trump's people get fired up to elect him president.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like you don't even see it. You think that people are going to go, All right, Barbara Streisand's right. You're firing them up. You're getting them all excited to put this guy in no matter what.
There were some funny stuff. This one says, breaking, Donald Trump becomes the first actor from Home Alone 2 to be convicted of 34 felonies.
That was my favorite one yesterday. The memes were just coming out fast and furious.
Yeah.
And they were great.
Yeah, so there's, obviously Hollywood. Okay, yeah, you're right. It was Steve Martin because it has the actual. I'm scrolling down now, and it has the actual tweets from.
Doesn't seem like a Martin Short tweet.
No. Plus, he's Canadian. He can't. He can't say anything. He's
So
not allowed
the jerk
to.
doesn't
Yeah.
agree with Trump.
Other Donald Trump news: a former Apprentice producer claims Donald Trump was captured on tape saying the N-word, but he says he doubts the tape will ever surface. Trump's campaign calls his claim completely fabricated.
But do you remember that's what Tom Arnold told us when he was in the studio?
Yeah.
And Tom Arnold says he has the tape, but the problem was he couldn't release the tape because the tape, the way it was shot and the angle that it came with, would show you exactly who did it, who recorded it, and he didn't want to rat that guy out. Now the guy had to sign an NDA at the end of The Apprentice, and now that the NDA has expired, now he's coming out and saying it. So, look, is there anybody that's surprised that Donald Trump used the N-word ever? Not saying it's okay, but is everybody surprised by that?
No.
Yeah. And according to Tom Arnold, this guy said he said it about an Apprentice cast member, but
Omarosa?
No, it was a guy.
Okay.
And
It was somebody couldn't, he won't win, or they thought he was going to be the winner.
Yeah,
something like that.
And he said it about the guy, but Tom Arnold said one of the things that he said was that he got caught on tape saying was he didn't want to go a certain direction home because there were too many N-words up in that neighborhood over there. That's what Tom Arnold said. So I don't know if any of it's true. Not surprised by any of it.
No.
Yeah, I feel like this first came out 2016, when they first
heard
about this.
Tom Arnold was ready to put it everywhere, and he wasn't legally allowed to.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden, the day the verdict came out, they come out with the same. Now they're just piling on. Top of everything.
A grocery store in Russia was linked to 18 cases of food poisoning. So to keep people coming in the store, the owner said if anyone got sick, he would pay them 1 million rubles, which is about $11,000 American.
Okay.
Still $11,000. People responded. They started showing up and licking the eggs, hoping that they were covered in salmonella and that they would get sick.
They do it different over there, man.
We need some money, man.
I need some rubles.
I want some rubles.
Yeah, dude.
Remember Ruski Rubles?
Oh, Ruski Rubles, one of the
wrestler.
greatest ever, man.
Amazing.
When will he be in the Hall of Fame?
Never.
After the Nasty Boys.
I guess. I have a hot or not for you guys.
Oh, good.
Take a listen to this. There's some wild stuff in here. A former youth counselor admitted to engaging in sexual activity with a young male, Peyton Shires, who is 25 years old.
Yep.
Entered a guilty plea to multiple charges of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor and single counts of intimidation of a witness or victim and inducing panic. She faces a maximum of a sentence of 20 years in prison. Any sentence that Shires receives will require her to register as a sexual offender for 25 years. She worked as a counselor when she met the 13-year-old victim. The victim's mother found text messages on his phone from Shires that led her to believe someone was being inappropriate with her son. The victim's mother, in conjunction with police, did a controlled three-way phone call with Shires in which she admitted to the conduct. Shires was arrested in October and then released after posting a $500,000 bond. While on bond, Shires went to the victim's home with a firearm in violation of several conditions of her release. Shires told the victim's mother she wanted to kill the woman and then herself, and the woman had ruined Shires' life by reporting her to police. Not that she did anything.
Right.
You reported me and that ruined my life. Shires remains in the Franklin County Jail pending her sentencing. So she is 25 years old. 25 years old. Her name is Peyton Shires. She was having sex with a 13-year-old at the camp she was a youth counselor at. Mike Calta, hot or not?
She's hot.
You say hot?
Peyton Shires is a hot name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, Gio, what do you think?
Wear little boy shorts.
No, I think not hot.
No?
No.
Don't ruin it for me.
I think she's just big and fat and intimidating.
Spanish, what do you think?
Peyton Shires sounds like she does a lot of Lord of the Rings porn. I think she's gorgeous.
Oh.
Even though she's from Ohio.
I thought it was going the other way with the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Peyton loves a good buffet.
Carmen, what do you got?
She's not a teacher,
Not.
but this sounds like a teacher crime. She was. I'm going hot.
You're going to say hot.
Yes.
All right, so three of you
the
say
noises
hot.
that Carmen makes when she. I love it.
I thought she was
Gio says not hot. The rest of you say hot. Pap, show me Peyton.
Oh, wow. Exactly what I pictured.
Damn. She's hot.
Oh, yeah.
There is actually another picture of her in her jumpsuit, and she looked good in the jumpsuit. I was like, wow.
Peyton Shires.
man, oh man.
I mean, she might be the hottest ever in the game.
Yeah.
Peyton
Yeah.
Shires.
13-year-old.
He must be a stud.
Dude.
Right?
You're not kidding.
He must look like Channing Tatum.
Channing Tate Yum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Save it for sweet and low.
Oh, dude.
Save it for Saturdays.
Gross.
So the best city in the world for foodies, I hate that word, but you know what I'm talking about for people that want to eat food and take pictures and do all this stuff. Best city in the world,
In the world.
for foodies is
Tokyo.
Tokyo. No.
Paris.
Paris. No.
Seoul, South Korea.
No.
Seoul.
Yeah.
Seoul.
Seoul.
Whatever. What am I from there? No.
Seoul.
Any other guesses?
Yes, let me think.
Best city in the world.
Rome.
You're getting closer.
Milan.
Greece.
No.
Sicily.
Stay in Italy.
Venice.
Milan.
Still in Italy.
Naples.
Naples.
Napoletana.
Only one American city in the top 20 came in at number 10 is
Austin.
You're never going to get this.
Oh.
I don't know. I just have never
What
heard
state?
this as being a food city. If I give you the state,
Oh,
it's going to
okay.
give you immediately. But I've never heard of this as being a great food city. Maybe it is, but it just, I was like, wow, really? So in America, what do you think?
Man, I would guess New Orleans.
That's what I was going to say.
New Orleans, fantastic. And I would
Yeah.
go along with that. I would go,
Amazing
yeah,
food.
New Orleans has unbelievable stuff.
Minneapolis.
No.
New York.
Portland, Oregon.
Oh,
Interesting.
keep it weird.
All right.
I haven't heard that was a great food
Yeah.
city.
I thought it was coffee over there.
Oh, I thought it was depression.
Yeah.
What would- I don't even know they're famous for a certain
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
meal or
Like
dish or
other places, okay, yeah, this has this, lobster rolls
Yeah.
and this,
Oh,
or
lobster
So what did we
roll.
decide? We're getting breakfast?
Yeah, I'm in.
some jambalaya.
Yeah. Oh, jambalaya.
I love New Orleans
What
so
is
much.
it? What is the remoulade? Whatever the olive topping that they put on the sandwiches?
Muffalata.
Bro.
Yeah, a muffalata.
I really like that
Those
stuff.
are good. Those are
Yeah.
good for sure. Yeah, there used to be a place. What was it? Was it the Grand Casino over in Biloxi? And they had like one of those cafe things, and they made really good muffalatas.
Dude, I want a
Really
muffalata.
When the Buccaneers are in the Super Bowl this year, we'll be back in New Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. By the way, I saw that video you posted on Instagram with the different Bucks helmets. Man, were those cool.
Yeah.
Some of them were, yeah.
They need to design cooler helmets.
I don't know. I really like the one. I like the one that they decided on the flag with the. I didn't like the black ones. I like the pure.
But I
the,
like the swords with the
Yeah.
thing and the
Yeah.
swords crossing like that. That was pretty cool.
If a lot of those helmets are on display at $1, or they were at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the helmets that they had in between what they had before and what they have now.
Yeah, the flag and the thing. I mean, that's all right. It's not bad, but I thought some of those were cooler. Maybe
Yeah.
just because you don't see them all the time. Here's a question that was posted on Reddit. They did a poll, and I will tell you the results after you guys guess what you think. Should women be allowed to go topless at water parks?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why no, Carmen?
Because at the end of the day, it is still a sexual, like, I just think no.
Let
You
them
say
free.
no. All right. Gio
think
says
no.
yes.
I say it's an all-age water park. No.
You'd have to have adults only.
Yeah.
Water park.
Yeah.
So the kids don't see the boobies.
Yeah.
When we were younger, we would go to Adventure Island, and the slide that's no longer there was called the Tampa Typhoon.
Oh, and you just wait.
And you would just sit at the bottom of the Tampa Typhoon, and every 5 minutes, somebody's top would fly off.
Yeah.
And it was great. When you're like 12, 13 years old, it is the greatest thing ever. And we would just sit there and wait and watch.
And then you'd go to the bathroom for 5 minutes and then come back out. And
It was the greatest thing ever.
Mike Calta, what do you think? Topless women at the water parks.
Yeah, it's there's really nothing sexual about it. I mean, if guys should be able to do it, women should be able to do it.
I will tell you that there will be a few years of people losing their minds.
Yeah.
Then once you get used to it, you get used to it. But yeah, for a few years, it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. It won't work. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it won't last that long where we become used to it because people will be like, and girls will be like, I am not going there.
I went to a beach in France, and women didn't have to wear tops, and there were several women with no tops, and it was very not a big deal.
Right. 'Cause
But I
they've
mean,
been doing it for so long.
Think about the portal in New York to Ireland.
Yeah.
It got shut down in less than a week because we couldn't keep our clothes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a great point.
Well,
Yeah, but the thing is that like in France, I know that they've been doing it for a long time, but I was new to it, and I thought I'd be like boobies everywhere, and I was like, oh, old lady boobies, oh, those are nice boobies. Who cares? Yeah.
But
It's just after like 5 minutes, you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, but when you're at that beach, was every female topless or just some?
Some.
So I think that just like if it was so normalized, then every woman would have been topless.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know. Like my wife didn't want to go topless,
Right.
and not because she doesn't have a nice set of boobies. She just didn't feel comfortable doing it. I don't think she cared to do that. You know.
and you're with your kids. I feel like the big thing is kids.
Oh, I kept
Yeah,
trying to
me
get
too.
Joey to look, and he was not interested.
No?
No.
Too embarrassed?
think
on
so.
Reddit, 75% said yes, that women should be allowed to go topless at water
It's
parks.
the future.
They should be allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
At
required.
water parks,
Right.
no.
I mean, a requirement would be kind of nice, but whatever. I love it.
There is a new version of Tic Tacs coming later this year. What do you think the new version is? You got your regular Tic Tacs have been Tic Tacs for a long
You got
time.
white, you got orange, you got wintergreen.
I don't want to. I'm
I don't
trying
want
not
to see it. Yeah,
spoil
don't
the
spoil
story.
it.
Don't look. Don't look.
Cherry Tic Tacs.
It's not a flavor, I will tell you that. They've done,
they're big.
They've done all the flavors.
They have like a goo on the inside.
They do have goo on the
They
inside.
do?
Carmen, they're big. I love that. Like a golf ball Tic Tac.
Yeah, it's huge.
It'll
Jawbreaker.
be chewy on the inside with a
right.
normal crunchy exterior. They'll be available at select stores like Walmart and Amazon starting in September before and be rolled out nationwide early next year.
I'm here for this.
That's what they look like. Chewy
Yeah.
Tic Tacs.
I like
I don't
that.
like it.
I like.
all right.
You don't like it? I think it's a great idea.
I'm constantly chewing them.
Yeah, I
that's
think
the thing.
I think I bite through them too fast if they're chewy on the inside.
So I bite through them too fast when they're not chewy. When they're hard, they last 10 seconds, and then I'm crunching on them.
I try and get them all the way down where you can cut somebody with them. They're so sharp. You know,
Dude.
doing that. Yeah.
Spanish, you gotta. I gotta tell you,
What?
you look at things the wrong way. You gotta owe us some gratitude.
What do you mean?
2 weeks ago, you were just monotone, boring Spanish. Now it's like you're on cocaine. We brought you back.
I told you
We
why I was
resuscitated you.
why I was monotone. I wasn't in a very good place a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
with
we
everything
fixed
that was going on.
We fixed it.
I mean, thank you. It's more than just you guys.
But at the
It's
time,
only us.
your
No.
monotone you said was the new happy place you were
Right.
at.
No. I said it was my balance place, and then you guys kept pushing me so that I would break, and then you
welcome.
wanted me to freak
You're
out.
welcome.
Now you're off balance.
Yeah, no, I'm still balanced, but yeah, I just am. There are certain things that aren't happening
Cocaine
right now.
Spanish is back.
Not cocaine.
Yeah.
Not cocaine.
No, I'm
Stop
just saying you sound
that.
like cocaine
Thank
Spanish.
you. All right, yeah, not cocaine.
It's the teaser.
I'll suck on those bags.
Oh, I don't. Teaser doesn't give me any energy. I like the way. I like the taste
You
of them.
use the one that doesn't have caffeine in it. That's why.
Which one? The creamsicle?
Yeah, creamsicle
Oh.
does not have caffeine in it.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say there's something wrong with you if you're not getting energy from them because they definitely give you energy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's why you're not using the ones with caffeine.
Yeah,
No
Mike. I
caffeine.
put Mike Allstott's creamsicle in my mouth.
Yeah.
Once or twice a day,
Yeah.
and it's fine. And even if I drink coffee, I get a little pumpkin spice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Caleb Williams is going to be front and center for the NFL films before he even takes the regular season snap. The NFL announced Thursday that Chicago Bears will be featured on this year's Hard Knocks ahead of the 2024 NFL season. HBO and NFL Films provide an annual look at one team's training camp and preseason preparation for the upcoming campaign. This year, Hard Knocks, Chicago Bears.
That'd be pretty cool to watch.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see.
Very excited for it.
Other sporting news: the Dallas Mavericks eliminated the Timberwolves last night in the NBA West Finals. So now they will take on the Celtics for the NBA championship. That series will begin Thursday, June 6th in Boston. In NHL news, the Panthers beat the Rangers. The Panthers now lead that series 3-2. Game 6 is tomorrow in Florida, and then the Oilers head to Dallas tonight, where that series is tied 2-2.
I can't believe it's still going on.
I got to tell you, Dallas excited. They've got two different teams that are possible champions here.
And so did New York until they all failed them.
That was like us 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, Tampa Bay,
Lightning, Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York had the Rangers and they had the Knicks, and both of them sucked it up.
And we had 3. Rays were in the World Series. We're in the Super Bowl, and then
The Rays are in the World Series?
Yeah. They didn't win, but yeah. The same year the Bucks won the Super Bowl.
I was unaware they didn't send me the jersey.
And remember, they were trying to like group the Rowdies in there too because they were playing for something at the time.
Poor Rowdies.
It appears that did anyone go to Cox Media Group Raised A?
It was good. I loved it. I had a great time.
How many dogs do you have?
Several.
Yeah.
No, they were rolling.
Raise up.
All right.
It was also Beasley Media Day.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I dodged 2 bullets.
A lot of fighting happening on Saturday day from Saudi Arabia. You will have the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder, who is 43-3-1 with 42 wins by knockout, taking on Zhe Li Zhang, 26-2-1 with 21 wins by knockout. Yeah, in a heavyweight bout. The main event starts at 2 p.m. because it's from Saudi Arabia. Main event ring walk is probably going to be around 6 p.m. somewhere in there.
Do you know the guy fighting Deontay Wilder? Is he any good? Have you seen him fight before?
Oh, yeah. He's a big Chinese dude.
Okay.
It's scary because he is a big Chinese dude. He's
something you don't hear very often, a big Chinese dude.
But he's a heavyweight and he has knockout power. He's 26-2-1 with 21 wins by knockout. But he says he's not going for the all-out knockout with this. He's changing his mode up a little bit and stuff. Also, Deontay Wilder talking a lot about retirement.
Ooh, why now?
How this fight goes. And so he's 36, I think.
I just mean before the fight. Tone it down.
I feel like either he's trying to get in his head or he may just be done. I actually would go with Zhang on this one.
Really?
Yeah. He's got real knockout power. He's a scary
younger?
dude. But so does Deontay Wilder, so I don't know.
Deontay Wilder's biggest fight was that headgear he wore to the ring when he fought the gypsy.
Yeah.
It made him tired. That's why he lost.
Yeah, he had all the robe and the thing and everything, and he was like, it was too much. It was too much.
I was at that fight, and it took him forever to get out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so. What an idiot. Man.
Yeah, I called Tyson in the 6th round, and then he wound up winning in I think either the 7th or 8th. I was like, I was so close. I wanted to win that. And then you have UFC 302, which you can go meet Spanish out at Sticks.
Yeah,
he's going to be out there for UFC 302, which has Makhachev taking on Poirier. That is the main event in that one. That'll happen Saturday night.
I'm excited for that.
So Saturday, a lot of fighting happening.
Yeah.
We were talking about you earlier, Spanish. Lenny Kravitz is not going to be happy with you. You broke his thing.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz says he has been celibate for 9 years and will remain so until he meets the right woman. Mm-hmm. He says it's a spiritual thing. Yeah. He didn't like being a player that he became after his marriage to Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things. One, I don't believe him.
No.
And 2, if you haven't had sex for 9 years, you know what that means for the next woman that you have sex with? 9 seconds. Oh. Yeah. It's going to be, I can't understand why that would be worth it.
Well, spiritually, when you don't have the sex, you got a lot of energy built up in your, so that is.
Yeah, but also you got a lot of other things built up in there. So when you decide to do it, it's over in like 2 seconds.
But he's not thinking about that.
And that doesn't, and it's not like that stays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what about
it's not like every time you do it, then that's how it goes.
First
like you
time
build
in
up
9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you build up a stamina eventually.
Yeah, you got to have that conversation where you say, "Listen, this first round is going to be
9 years.
Yeah,
it may not be so great.
So hold your horses, and we got to practice makes perfect. You know what I mean?
American woman.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, but it makes the visuals when you meditate pretty wild.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. I mean,
I
wish you would. Month and a half.
I'm married. I've been celibate for years.
Oh, well, you should meditate more. You can see some wild stuff.
Why?
Because I didn't want to have sex with random
Why?
women.
Why do you keep telling him to meditate?
I don't know. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do what you're
he's
doing.
not gonna.
Let other people do what they're doing.
do whatever you want. You
Nobody
don't have to get
likes
mad at me about
no,
it.
I know, but nobody likes that. Whatever you should do this, you should do this because you're doing it. No, you do it.
All right.
By the way,
all
my
right.
show "Quit Being Pussies" airs Saturday at 2:01 p.m.
Yeah, don't forget to tune into my show. Let's get real noon to 2 before
Yeah,
that.
Your
It's not
show.
your show. It's
Yeah,
Shark
yeah,
Show.
yeah.
Shark
it's noon
Show
to 2, yeah.
is on from noon to 2, and then my show is on from 2 to 2:01 before Mike Calta on Saturday. It's called "Quit Being Pussies."
2 to 2:01.
You should actually instead of 2 to 2:01, you should go 1:59 to 2. Take a minute off.
Take a minute.
No,
off.
I don't like
That's
that.
better.
I don't like that.
If you want a preview of my show, I'll give you a preview right now. You ready?
Yep.
Quit being pussies.
Can we please make a sweeper that says "Quit being"?
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
play?
I would love it. At the end of the show, you know how they have like those taglines.
Yeah.
Good night, Mr. Walters. Yeah, it'd be me going, "Hey, quit being pussies.
Yeah,
Great show, you pussies."
yeah, that'd be perfect, dude.
Yeah. Especially
it.
you, ponytail.
So specific.
Oh yeah, ponytail and tiny boy.
Yeah, I mean medium size,
Those are kids from the Outsiders.
fun size. The little microveins call me fun size,
They did.
Yeah, they're tiny.
so they count. Oh, their opinions don't count because they're
No.
tiny.
Well, they count a little. Yeah.
You can't say that.
But they have no.
Yes.
They're like looking at the world completely different. They're
Oh,
so
they see
small,
it the
they have no
same.
idea.
Oh, they see
No, their
little people,
opinion-
big world.
Their opinion has to be unanimous to count.
It was
towards
it
something.
was unanimous. They all said fun size at the same time. They went fun size.
5, 6, and under, tiny. 5, 7 to 6 foot, average.
Perfect. My license says 5'7".
Well,
so
yeah,
thank
your
you.
license can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
your
well,
license
Yeah,
says-
you're a liar.
That counts.
The actual-
no,
Liar.
no, that's legal. A legal
That's right.
document. Yep.
It's
Great
not.
It
show.
is. It's a legal document.
Pussies. That's how it's gonna. That's a tag.
And so you almost sound like Ed Weigel for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, great show.
Great show.
Pussies.
Yeah, I'm in.
Carmen, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Why is she taller than you in all the pictures?
She's. I don't know why. That's crazy. She has heels.
No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
just taller than you. You're a liar. You're 5'5".
You're a liar. You're 5'5".
I'm not.
Yeah. I know you are. What am I?
I'm tall. You're an
Nope.
idiot.
All right.
You're an idiot. That's what you are.
Nope. You
I
are.
have an update. Great show, short pussies.
Yeah, fun size pussies.
Yeah, how tall is that other lady? The
Which
gray-haired
one?
That's with you.
I don't know.
A shark's taller than you.
No,
He's little. He's little though. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's probably tall. He's probably like 5'8" or something.
Oh, that's just an inch taller than me. That's perfect.
3 inches taller. than me.
That's just an inch.
Yeah.
5'7".
He's taller.
51-year-old Sofia Vergara wants to get as much plastic surgery as she
No.
can to keep her appearance. Yeah,
I
don't do
know,
that. You're going to
dude.
ruin it. She says she's been doing Botox for a long time in her neck and around her eyes, but never filler or anything. Don't start getting crazy.
Yeah, man.
Because then you look like a wildcat, you know, something.
dude.
Manny.
Manny, she's so gorgeous, man.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
She's
got nice boobies.
gorgeous. No, her whole figure is
I think
unbelievable.
I'm just used to seeing her.
The face
Probably.
could be better.
Oh, dude.
It could be better.
Nah.
It's good, but it could be
She's
better.
beautiful, and she's aging gracefully.
I like a old face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's aging gracefully. I think she should be doing less stuff.
Her or Heidi Klum, since they're both on America's Got Talent, they sit right next to each other. Her or Heidi
That's a
Klum.
good question.
Her.
Yeah.
Huh?
I like Heidi.
I gotta. I'm not mad at either of them.
No, they're both gorgeous.
Heidi Klum does nothing for me.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
wild.
she's obviously a pretty woman, but she does nothing for me.
She's one Vergara. She's one surgery away from Joan Rivers'
Yes.
face, like
Yeah.
Joker mouth.
Yeah, stop pulling
She's
it back.
she's like right there.
Pulling it back too much.
Manny,
Wild.
stretch my face.
Speaking of people that have their face pulled back, a class action lawsuit has been filed against Madonna for, among other things, exposing fans to pornography without a warning on her current tour. Some people are saying it's Madonna. You should probably expect that.
That's the
but-
air conditioning lawsuit. They can't get over
yeah,
it.
they're just putting everything in there, though. Yeah, for sure. Ugh.
I wouldn't see Madonna if she gave me the set list beforehand.
No.
We came out and said Holiday into Vogue into Like a Virgin. I still wouldn't go.
Yeah, I was never a fan, so I don't want to see her, but just her attitude and everything about her makes it even worse. I'm just like, ugh, I do not want to.
If she was in the break room at the radio station, I don't think I would drive up there to see her.
Yeah.
If she was taking a milk bath, I would go check her out.
Ugh.
Not gonna lie. Yeah. See her slosh around in that liquid. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't like it.
Hot.
Brad Pitt's daughter Shiloh is legally dropping his last name and going by Jolie now. Yeah. I guess-
his last name. I think you meant like a trans thing.
No, her younger sister recently stopped using Pitt as well.
Oh,
Yeah, because I guess he was getting drunk on planes and allegedly, abusing his kids. You remember that?
I don't.
Yeah.
But have you seen the trailer for the new movie with him and George Clooney? Yeah.
No.
It's called Wolves, I think, right?
Oh.
And they're both like cleaners. Like they come in and take care of everything. The lady,
Is it Tarantino?
no, I don't think so. It's for Apple though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so the lady, picks up the phone. The phone's cracked and has blood on it, and you see a body in the corner and stuff. And she dials the phone number, and then you hear George Clooney. He goes, "Who gave you this number?" And then that. So he comes up and starts doing his stuff, whatever. And he goes, "Did you call anybody else?" And she's like, "No." And he goes, "Okay." And he's doing his stuff, and then you're on the door, and he goes, "Who's that?" Whatever. And then Pitt comes walking in, and they're dressed like exactly the same style and everything.
Another cleaner?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he goes, "Who called you?" And he points to a camera, and he goes, "Damn it!" So now they have to like partner together to work this. It looks like it'll be pretty good. Yeah.
I love
they
them.
always do good movies together.
They
so
do.
It'll be interesting to see. And then how about this? Sony Music is in talks to buy Queen's music catalog. So, Dylan had his, sold his, whatever. I think Stevie Nicks sold hers. All these different people, hundreds of millions. Neil Young.
Yeah.
What do you think they're talking about for Sony Music to buy Queen's music catalog for how much?
They had such a big resurgence when the movie came out.
Yeah.
You started hearing them everywhere again.
Yeah.
Close to $1 billion. $700 million.
700 million.
I'll go 600 million.
600 million.
I'm going to say 900 million.
900.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 850.
850. Carmen, what do you think?
500.
Queen's catalog. Gio, you win. Closest without going over. They're talking about $1 billion.
Oh, wow.
$1 billion for Queen's music catalog.
I mean, they're in so many. Their music's used in so many ways and things.
Scaramouche. The song is 8 minutes long. Yeah. That's so good. And I love that that's Mike Myers. And he
Yeah.
goes, "This is not something kids are going to be riding around their car headbanging to."
That was such a good movie.
That's hilarious. And then finally in news, remember whenever Dune 2 came out and they had the popcorn thing that looked
Yeah,
like a
the-
sex toy and the whole weird thing
Yeah.
happening? Well, Deadpool and Wolverine, they have a popcorn bucket.
Yep.
And I think they're doing this on purpose. It's Wolverine's head, and its mouth is open and looks very sexually suggestive. Here is a video on Bone TV there where it shows all different stuff. This little tiny hand stroking it and stuff.
So great.
Yeah, but then they show with the mouth wide open, and then they're pouring popcorn into it and stuff. So that is the popcorn.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Like I'm dumping popcorn in from the top.
That's
yeah.
funny.
So there you go.
At the end, like butter.
Yeah.
Watch it. At the very end, it's
The-
like butter drips down the face.
The tongue is the best part of the whole thing. It's so unnecessary.
Watch.
He's so funny.
Great.
There's
butter all over his face. So there you go. Deadpool and Wolverine. When does that come out in theaters?
July. Yeah.
Oh, not until July?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Around my birthday.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
I
it
really
is.
think it's going to be
We
really
get
good.
it. Your birthday's coming
Yeah,
up.
it's
We-
coming up.
We got it. We got
yeah.
it.
Hey, well, people forget.
When's your birthday?
I know exactly.
July 13th? I know you know. July 13th.
I'm going to buy you tickets to go see the
1-3.
movie.
Okay, that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you.
I am going to meditate that day.
Yeah,
I already
you
have your
should.
present for you. How you like that?
Thanks, Galvin.
I don't believe
Appreciate
it.
it. I
do.
believe it.
I do.
I definitely believe it.
Yeah, Galvin's usually pretty early in the present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good.
Any of you eat Spam?
Yes.
I have
When I was a kid.
How is it? What does it taste like?
ham.
Delicious.
Tastes like hot dogs.
Yeah, you cook
Yeah.
it. Mm.
Yeah, see, I don't
Fry
like,
it.
I don't like ham. I don't like bologna, and it looks like ham and bologna.
You
Yeah.
fry it with a little bit of butter. It's delightful. Throw it over some rice.
I remember being cooked when I was a kid.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. It comes pre-cooked, and
Yeah.
then you just heat it up, whatever. But
They are showing commercials for it, and it's a "don't knock it till you try a commercial." I'm not knocking it. I just don't think I'd like.
I don't miss it. I think last time I had it was probably 10 years old.
Yeah. Well, I know.
you can also cut it up and put it in like fried rice. And do
Yeah,
that.
it's delicious.
Probably good to store for emergency food.
Well, a lot
They
of,
eat it in Hawaii a lot,
Yeah,
right?
yes, a lot.
yeah, the people, because the groceries are so expensive right now, Spam is having this huge resurgence.
It's cheaper. and-
Yeah.
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 I would not eat the Spam.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
not
because
bad.
you're rich. You don't have to.
No, I don't like cold cuts. I don't like ham.
Yeah,
I
it's,
don't.
I remember it's kind of a bologna vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think I have eaten bologna since I was like 5 years old.
I used to love bologna.
Still
I mean,
love
I probably
bologna.
do
Yeah,
still.
dude,
I
it's
just
good.
haven't eaten bologna in such a long time.
Would you ever do the fried bologna sandwich?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
A little mustard.
Yep.
Fry it into a dome.
Bologna, it's funny because I would eat bologna in so many different ways. Bologna on regular bread with ketchup,
Yes.
good. Bologna toasted with ketchup and cheese. Bologna toasted with mustard. Bologna on regular bread with mayo and tomatoes, good. I used to,
My favorite fried bologna. You fry it up, piece of cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese,
Right.
then a little thin layer of grape jelly. It's delicious.
Or if you were just,
It's delicious. The sweet
Yeah,
cuts
I
a
got
little bit of
you.
that
I got
savory.
you.
or you just take a piece of bologna and that plastic cheese, and then you roll it up and do a little bologna wrap.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Bologna
This is
shooter.
Oh,
the
Yep.
equivalent of walking on a lake with no shoes.
no.
It's grossing me out.
No,
just to hear it.
it's so
I'm just
good.
telling you, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just it doesn't do it for me.
I think
It's
I'm going
right.
to buy bologna today just to see if it's
It's still good.
like I remember.
It's still good.
I used
Slice
to
down
get
the
a
middle.
thick cut and still put 2 slices on it. Yeah. I'll show you who's boss.
Who's your daddy?
I'm the bologna boss over here.
I can't eat a hot dog unless it's got a bunch of sauerkraut and mustard on it.
Really?
Yeah. Hide it. Yeah.
Oh, I used to eat hot dogs right out of the
Same.
fridge. Just take it right out of it. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's
Yeah.
just for me, I don't like it.
You boil them? You boil your hot dogs or you fry them?
I grill them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
don't
prefer
like-
boil.
Same.
A little
Boil.
snap.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife and son will make them in the microwave, and I go, no, you got to boil
In the
them.
microwave.
Yeah.
It's cheating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
right.
not-
It's like quick, but it doesn't taste great.
Yeah,
No, and
boiling's the way to
And
go.
explodes them too. You know,
Yeah.
they
Boil
burst
it,
open.
yeah, rippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, boiling the way to go with a little bit of beer too. That's the way you do it.
Dude. Let's get hot dogs right now.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
a whole.
in.
I got
I'm
a
in.
whole package.
Yeah.
go.
I'm in. Joel, get
I'll
them
go
rolling.
check the lines and get them rolling.
Oh man.
Get the dogs rolling.
Yeah.
I like it. All
Well,
right.
there you go. That is it for news.
Thank you, Galvin. We got to take a break.
wait,
yes.
wait.
What happened? I don't have anything going on. I got to take a break, Carmen.
No.
But I got
No,
things
no,
to
no.
talk about. I got Kyle Kinane coming in at 9 o'clock.
Yep, and that's in an hour.
Right.
And a minute. But you know what I mean? But like if you just wait like, I don't know, like 10 seconds.
For what?
I mean, we do this thing and today's the last day.
Oh, today is the last day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meditate till you play it.
All right, nice.
Okay. Well, listen, we're ready. We're ready. Here we go. Let's do it.
Here we go, Bone Fam. The Bone Bonus. Sponsored by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
Summer. This hour's keyword is summer. SUMMER. Head over to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter summer before 15 minutes past the top of the hour. And that $1,000 bone bonus could be yours. Good luck, everybody.
I used to know a lovely lady named Summer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Edward from Largo won the other day.
Good job, Edward.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Summer used to date Pete, and she was deaf in one ear.
Yeah.
So when they would sleep in bed together, she just turned her deaf ear to Pete snoring, and she couldn't hear him. How great was that?
That's pretty awesome.
I tried to tell him in. I'm like, if we just blow out your eardrum in one ear, we could have a delightful life together. Still not happening. All right, summer is your word. Go get it. Go get your $1,000. It'll be the last one for this round of contesting. Hopefully we'll
Last
get a winner
day.
right here for hopefully we'll get a winner from right here in our audience. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. I watched the Chris Kyle movie American Sniper yesterday with Bradley Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a guy who was the deadliest sniper in American history. Do you know how he died?
I do.
I do.
It was the first time you watched it?
No.
Oh.
But do you? I don't think the movie gives you enough of the facts about how he died.
Okay.
How do you think he died?
I know how he died. He died at a gun range with a guy who he was trying to help, who
Right.
is a veteran who had PTSD and had some mental problems, and he was trying to help him out, and the guy wound up killing him.
Do you know when? Like, do you know the circumstances around his death? Like how he killed him? Because that was what I was curious about. So his kids went to school with. Or somebody, maybe one of the mothers was a teacher or something, and said to Chris, "Hey, my son has PTSD. He can use some help," and they helped the kid out. And then I thought, well, what did he do? Did he just turn the gun on him? Do you know that part of it?
No, I don't.
So Chris Kyle and a friend of his were at the range, and they took this kid with them to the range, and they were shooting, and part of being at the range was helping with the PTSD. It's getting used to hearing the noises and all that stuff. And when Kyle and the other guy walked down range to change their targets, this guy picked up one of Chris's guns, or two of Chris's guns, and shot them both that way. Shot one, killed Chris. Kyle shot him and hit him with one in the spine that brought him down, and then hit the other guy. And they say the evidence that was there shows that he probably shot him in the head after he was already down. So, and then the guy left the shooting range, went to Taco Bell, got some food, then drove to his sister's house, told her what had happened, and the sister called 911, and that's how they arrested the guy.
Jeez.
The guy said the reason he did it is because when they picked him up, they were in the truck, he was in the back seat, they were talking, they didn't talk to him, so he felt like he had to kill them. I mean, this is
At
clearly
least
a
that's
guy.
what he's saying. He was also schizophrenic and had hallucinations and all kind of stuff.
But he had enough mental issues to make that an issue where he felt like them not specifically talking to him was some sort of offense.
Slight,
a slight that made him feel like he was left out. Therefore, he was the kind of guy that shouldn't probably be out free, let alone at a gun range with guns.
It's crazy to think that, because I know everybody always says just be nice to everybody because you never know.
Yeah.
But then you hear a story like this and it's like, man,
be as nice as you want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people are just, and you would never know. Like you say all the time, we probably walk by serial killers in the grocery store and have no, you know what I mean?
Not
Have
even
no idea.
necessarily serial killers, but it's somebody who's murdered somebody.
Yeah,
for sure. I wonder right now what people that are listening on the watching the YouTube thing think about this while we're talking over the music bed.
Oh yeah.
What do you do? Okay.
Oh boy, that was a good way.
I don't understand. What does that mean? What's going on?
Thank you, Galvin.
What's going on? What's going on?
I forgot to take the music off when we come back from break.
What music are you playing?
I'm playing just non-copyrighted music, so
DJ Joe up in the mix,
so they don't have to. So they don't have to listen to silence.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then they ratted you out the
They
gallery.
ratted me out.
Yeah.
Actually, Dick is the one who.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Dick.
A lot of people in the chat were saying things.
Were they?
Okay. Well,
A lot of people saying things, Joe.
yeah.
Oh, Joe.
There's a lot here.
Now these people are thinking they're hearing music and they're going to come after us, Joe, and shoot us
they're
down
like,
range.
oh no,
No, don't shoot
I
anybody.
just think it's a big joke.
government's
Okay.
mind control device.
That poor guy, Chris Kyle, not only is he a deadly sniper, but he saved so many people's lives only to be treated like that when he got back. That's
Yeah,
hard
and
to
by
stomach.
all accounts with the movie and stuff, and I think that they got a lot of the stuff right. That he was just like, hey, after 9/11, I'm going to join the military. I'm for my country and I want to help out and stuff. And then he goes and does all that stuff and everything. Yeah, so a good guy by
Went
all
back
accounts.
4 times.
Yeah.
Went back 4 times.
Who was the guy that he was with? I think you said it, but I can't
It
remember.
was just
It's
another
a
guy.
random.
No, not a random. It was one of his friends.
Okay.
Another military guy.
Another military guy.
Chad Littlefield,
Man.
who was 35. Chris Kyle was 38. Both killed by this guy.
Unbelievable, man.
He was just getting a lot of notoriety too, because his book could come out, and
Right. Right.
like if people was he was kind of getting on the talk show circuit.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, I just wanted to comment on the Chris Kyle thing. They were actually texting back and forth between the two of them in the truck on the way to the range, and he was saying something like, "This guy's nuts" or something like that. So he knew that the guy had problems, and they were actually concerned before they got there.
Oh, really? That's even worse. So they were.
Yep.
So that was the guy's problem. They were communicating to each other without him, his involvement. That's what got him burnt.
Well, he didn't deserve it.
He certainly didn't deserve it. I'm just saying what set the guy off in the back seat.
And they
All
just
right,
wanted to
thank
help that guy.
you. Yeah,
They
that's
just
why he was
wanted
with
to
him.
help,
The mother asked him to help out because he had severe PTSD. On top of the fact that he had schizophrenia and all the other things.
This is according to Wikipedia. So it says, on the way to the shooting range, Kyle texted Littlefield, quote, "This dude is straight up nuts." Littlefield responded, "Watch my 6," which of course is military slang for watch my back. 4 months later, while he was in jail cell, Routh shared. They said, I was just riding in the back seat of the truck and nobody would talk to me. They were taking me to the range, so I shot them. I feel bad about it, but they wouldn't talk to me. I'm sure they've forgiven me.
Yeah, he's not.
Also, why would you take him to a gun range?
Because that was part of the treatment.
Therapy
Yeah,
and stuff.
because Kyle himself
it
had some
doesn't
issues
seem-
when he came back.
Right.
And he couldn't deal with the sounds and the kids screaming and all that. And they realized that reintroducing those things in a different aspect were helping.
I believe he had done that with a lot of other people
Yeah.
who are suffering PTSD.
Yeah.
But obviously doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
And,
That's why they're trying to push mushrooms and using MDMA to help treat PTSD in
Yeah.
a therapeutic setting. Yeah, which is apparently doing wonders for some people.
Yeah,
but
they say the mushrooms are the key, man.
yeah, a lot of it literally rewires your neural pathways to create different ways of thinking, so you can get rid of that PTSD.
And go to raves.
And if you want, yeah.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Morning, Mike. How are you?
Good, sir. What's happening?
Good, buddy. One thing I did want to say is about that is this guy kept us safe. He was obviously supposedly credited for 160 plus kills, and him and his wife, went to church and he tried to do anything. And it's like, whether you believe in God or some higher power, it's just amazing how something like this happens to somebody that supposedly did so much good for everybody else.
Yeah.
In the country.
Yeah.
It's really,
it's one of those things where they go, where your faith in God is really tested. It's the same way. Like I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson, and they asked him if he believed in God, and he said, "Do I believe in a God that gives children cancer and does all these horrible things to children?" It's hard to believe that there's somebody that would do that. And then when you go to church, they tell you, "Well, God has a plan, and this was part of the plan, but we don't know why." And I think that seems to be a cop out.
I did want to say one thing just to change the subject. I know that you were talking, Joe, about his old lady, the old lady, yesterday, and it was hilarious. But this is the thing that bothers me, man, because I was thinking about it as I was working. I was like yelling at myself. I was like, she's got some balls, man, because this guy's on the radio. He's on the radio, right?
Right.
You know what kind of she leeches onto his girlfriend's house, his friend, or whatever you want to call it. Obviously he's not, it's the mom. Get your own place if you don't like it. And you're mad because he's talking about kidding around on the radio?
Well,
Did you know it's all about entertainment?
You got to understand.
Get out of here, man.
No, a couple of things.
Yeah,
I'm on his side.
She's not leeching. She's temporarily staying there, right, Joe?
Yes.
She's there temporarily.
Yeah, right.
All right.
And
Sure.
not all people are very comfortable about hearing them talk about it on the radio, especially when it's a little bit exaggerated.
And I love Joe, like him, you know what I mean? But, to kind of mimic of a Galvin, ugh.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the call, buddy. Oh, man. Poor Sweet Lo. She's never going to get a break now.
No.
Hey,
This is
she
what you
listening
did there in
today?
Spanish.
What?
Are they listening today?
I probably.
I would imagine.
no.
Today is Sugar Pants' daughter's birthday. So,
Oh, the big Sweet 16.
yeah.
so happy.
Are you guys
Sweet
all
16.
set? We're planning a party here. You're planning a party there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dueling parties.
Yeah, our party's on Saturday. Yours on Sunday. So.
Yeah.
I thought
so-
you were also planning a party for her Sweet 16.
No.
Okay, that would be nice.
We had the pressure washer out here yesterday. We got, everything's in tip-top shape now.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just out there checking the lines.
Yeah, they working good?
Everything's good, Mike.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Just
like
need
Strong
some dog.
flow.
Yeah,
Strong
yeah, yeah.
flow.
Strong flow?
Yeah.
That's good. We got the kegs going. We got to go buy the alcohol today. Anything specific you'd like me to buy, Joe?
Well, some Maker's Mark might be nice.
Go right for the makers, huh? Do the good stuff.
I mean, come on.
What do people drink? Like Galvin, you would probably know this more than anybody. We bought a bunch of mixers.
Yeah.
We bought a bunch of sours and pineapple juice and
Pretty
stuff like
safe
that.
with whiskey and vodka.
Whiskey and vodka. That's I
Yeah.
told my wife vodka is really where the way
Yeah,
to
I mean,
go.
if you said you were doing the frozen drinks, are they like pre-made frozen drinks or no? Or is that out?
I think that's out. I think we opted for the ice cream truck instead.
Yeah.
For the
I would
frozen drink.
I would do vodka, whiskey, tequila.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You're good.
I like
You're
all of that.
covered. Like nobody's gonna be mad if they show up and you have those three.
VWT, vodka, whiskey, and tequila.
Yeah.
Some juices and sodas.
And 2 kegs
Yeah.
We're in good. And we got a seltzer keg.
That's
We
right.
got
It's gonna be a
How
rager.
many people are coming?
Hell yeah.
1,000. I think it's 1,000.
Nice. What kind? Can I ask what kind of tequila you got?
I didn't get anything yet. I
Oh.
just said I'm going to the store.
sorry.
What would you get?
I like this.
I'm not getting you anything super fancy.
No. This tequila is called Tierra Fertil, Tierra Fertil, and they finish it in whiskey barrels.
Oh.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I also like that
Yeah, it's a
Milagro.
Reposado.
That
Milagro's not bad.
Yeah, that's a-
Milagro Reposado. Yeah,
That's good.
I'm a
I should
big
let you
Reposado
two
guy.
idiots go get the tequila.
Yeah, if you
Go
want.
get the liquor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, you need $30.
I'm sorry, I said
Yeah.
idiots. I meant experts.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you meant what you said.
Yeah. So that is happening on Sunday,
Yes.
and Joe, you and Spanish are coming.
Yes, sir.
Galvin, you are not.
I am not.
Gio, you are probably not.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
And Carmen and Chad are coming.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, Carmen, I'm going to tell
No.
you something that I learned that's going to be here that
I'm out.
day. What do you mean?
If you're there, I'm out.
Oh.
I'm kidding. What?
All right, no, never mind.
Mike just said there's going to be an ice cream truck.
All right.
Is that what it is? An ice cream truck?
No,
Or the
it's
Italian
not.
ones?
Italian ice.
What's going to be there is Sweet and Low.
Sweet and Low won't be here.
Yeah, Spanish's date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
he's telling
she's not my
Carmen.
date. No, she's not my date.
Are you
Set
bringing
the
it in?
ham.
Or you come with
No,
Joe?
no, I'm just coming. Yeah, with Joe. Yeah,
All right. I don't even need randoms rolling up at my house.
yeah, I agree.
You don't bring sugar pants to the party?
No, she's still. They're
She's still wrangling the 16-year-olds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still
All right.
wrangling the 16-year-olds.
I thought their party was Saturday.
It is Saturday.
Sleepover.
Sleepover, that's
There's
right.
a sleepover, so you know.
Yeah.
Slumber.
Yeah, but Mike's party is until the afternoon.
Yeah, they're teenagers. You
Yeah,
think
listen,
they're
we
going to
don't
get up
need-
before noon?
Yeah, well, you don't need to push it. Whoever comes. We're fine.
Yeah.
Chad's the important one.
Yeah. I'm just going to send Chad. I'm not even coming.
Okay.
Stop it.
That's great.
Stop it. Are you going to the pool, Carmen?
No.
What? No pool?
Shark Week.
I
now
didn't
we
know
got to
it
worry
was-
about bears.
Outside the village.
Yeah. Track gators.
That's really Saturday.
Plus all those teens there. She doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it going to be too hot out? Do we need fans?
Yes.
Are we gonna get
Probably.
fans?
gonna be
yeah.
brutal hot.
Yeah, but it'll be all right in that water. Just if we are are we going in the pool? Is that a thing?
No, I mean you
Oh.
can if you want to.
Oh, then never mind. Yeah. I was gonna say because sometimes you will forget that you left the heater on for the pool, so when it's 100 degrees out, you go in the pool and it's
shut
also
that off. I'm
Yeah.
good there. I am such a pussy. I need the pool to be
Yeah, I don't blame you.
like if I feel that coldness on my shoulders, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's why people who do those ice plunges. I can never do that.
Oh yeah, I've never done an ice plunge.
I jumped in the water on a bet during December when it was cold as hell out, and immediately I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Like it starts your heart pumping so fast. Yeah, I couldn't breathe, and I was like,
I
oh.
did that stupid Tough Mudder, and the first
That's
thing
right.
we had to do was go into ice water,
Oh,
and it
no.
was like
and then run while you're wet.
it was like 6 a.m, and it was in February, and it was like 50 degrees outside or something.
Ugh.
Then you dive into ice water. It was like my whole body got struck by lightning.
Yeah,
it
and
was,
then you got to run.
Oh yeah, it
And
was
you got
the
wet
wor-
crotch.
By the way, Tough Mudder, lose my number. The worst ever. I even said, I go, can
You
I
finish
just
it?
Yeah, yeah.
You're tough.
I go, can I just run this thing? Do I have to do all these stupid things where I go under barbed wire and
Yeah.
over this thing? Thank God Tim was there because there was no way I was getting over some of the things. He had to like lean over and pull me
you
over.
out, oh.
Yeah, it was bananas.
No, that's crazy. All right, I'm going to go to break, and then I am encouraging you to call the phone lines. Here's what I want to
Why?
know. No, because this is what I want to know. I want to, and I'm trying to be as real as possible, okay? 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. If Trump gets, if he gets jail time, who's still voting for him? I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I just want to know who's out there and who's voting for him. And if you're going to vote for him, tell me why. We don't even know who his vice president is going to be yet. And will he be able to, if he wins and he's in jail, is he president or do they make the vice president president? How does that even work? I would like to know what's going to happen. You diehard Trump supporters, if he gets jail time, are you still going to vote for him? 727-579-1025.
I know I did hear yesterday that he cannot pardon himself if
Right.
he's in office and in jail.
Right. I heard about that.
Yeah.
But if he is in jail, is he running the country from jail? Like John Gotti ran the mafia from jail, or is the vice president taking over?
I don't even know. I read an article and they were talking about all the precautions that the Secret Service would have to take and how much it was going to cost on a daily basis just for Secret Service, because they had to monitor like his food and like it was crazy money.
So I can give you the answer if you want it now. Or
no, wait till we come back. Right. Wait till we come. The phone lines are coming in, Carmen. Just put them on hold, and I'll grab them when we come back. The 800 lines are wide open, 800-771-1025. Well, these are things that we should all be thinking about, and I'm mostly talking to you, the diehard MAGA fans, the folks that are voting for Trump no matter what. Because right now, I don't know. I'm not voting for Joe Biden, but I don't know if I can vote for a guy I know is going to be in jail come election time. I'll hit your phone calls when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Right now, I open the phone lines, which we rarely do, and Carmen really hates, to talk about people who would still be voting for Trump if he is in jail. That's what I want to know. I'm not here to knock you. I'm not here to tell you it's right or wrong. I'm just curious to see what you would do if he ends up getting convicted. He's convicted, but if he ends up getting jail time for his conviction.
So do you want to know what happens if he goes to jail?
Yes.
As far as if he becomes president, he goes to jail. It says if Trump were unable to fulfill his constitutional duties due to imprisonment, the majority of his cabinet and the vice president could remove him from office and transfer his authority to the vice president.
Interesting that he hasn't picked his vice president yet, because now he's going to have somebody that's going to guarantee he keep a spot.
Yeah. Well, by then he will, because usually before the RNC is when they have the vice presidential candidate.
Who knows, Gio? Who knows what's going to happen? I know what you're saying, but who
usually
knows?
They do by then, because they'll speak.
Because they have to accept the nomination at the convention.
Usually the VP speaks the night before, the nominee.
Right. Oh, this is going to be weird. All right, I'm going to go right through the phone lines. Good morning, Mike. You're on the Mike Calta Show. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Good. How are you?
So, are you a Trump supporter now?
I would say I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not like a diehard Trump supporter by any means.
But your plan was to vote for him as of yesterday. You were going to vote for him in November.
Correct, and I still find that true today, even despite the guilty verdict.
What if on the 11th of July, Slurpee Day, they tell you he's going to serve 10 years in prison, which would have him in jail at the time of the election? Would you still vote for him?
Well, I don't think I would be able to. I mean, it would be tough to vote for somebody that's not able to, I think Galvin just touched on it a minute ago, not be able to fulfill that role. So that it just wouldn't make sense for the country to have someone in prison try to run the country through its cabinet.
So then what would you do? Would you then vote for Biden, or would you vote for another candidate? Or what if Trump has a strong vice president, and who might that be that you would still vote for that party?
If Trump had a strong vice president, I particularly like Ramaswamy. I know a lot of people don't, but I like him. I think he appeals to the youth, and he's very articulate. Then I might reconsider it. But if Trump is in a position where he can not be in jail, maybe convicted but not do jail time, he's still going to get my vote, due to the fact that I think any open-minded person would agree that this is kind of a weaponization of the judicial system. And if this proves to be successful, then it just kind of reinforces that this is a useful tactic in the future. And one day the roles are going to reverse. The right side do it to the left side, which is equally as bad. So if it doesn't work, then I think, I think it diminishes that this is a tactic, and maybe will not be used again in the future because it didn't work out. But if it does work, then that's kind of scary for everybody, I think.
I think so too. And okay, so there you go. You seem like a pretty sane guy. You're going to vote for him, but if he's in jail, it'll depend on who's the vice president and all that. That makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate the call, sir. Let's go to Maria. Maria, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. How you doing, Maria?
Good.
All right. So Trump is found guilty. He gets sentenced to 20 years in prison, and you have the election on November 5th. What is your plan?
I'm still going to vote for him.
Still going to vote for him, even if he's in jail?
Yes, because this is all a sham. And like the previous caller said, people better beware, because this was all politically driven. But I wonder if he did get sentenced. But what if he won the presidency? Couldn't he pardon himself?
No, that is one of the things he cannot
No.
do. Yeah, I know. We all thought
What
it.
about the vice president? Could the vice president pardon him?
That's interesting. If the vice president became president because the president was unavailable to fulfill his duties, could the vice president then pardon him? Maybe, but he won't be president again. He would just be pardoned of his crime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would still vote for him. This is all just politically driven, and people need to really listen. They might not like him, but his policies were good. And come January, the tax cuts that he, put
You're breaking up a little, Pumpkin.
paycheck.
Hey, so
And that's a big deal.
Real quick, Marie, you broke up, but I wanted to just ask you a question. So I want to reiterate this. If he is going to be in jail at the time of November 5th for the election, you would still vote for him?
Absolutely. And I'm a Hispanic woman.
All right. I'm just
middle class,
just
suburban.
asking, not judging. Thank you. Thank you. Viva la Trump.
And Mike, you said like if he gets 20 years or something. This is what I read yesterday. I'm not sure if this is fact or not, but he only faces up to 4 years.
No,
for his crimes.
For each count.
Yeah.
For each count.
For
Okay.
each count, the most he can get is 20 years.
Okay, gotcha. Because what I read, he was only facing 4 years, which I was like, that seems interesting.
Yeah, that would only be the 4 years.
It's 4 years for each count, which is 34
Gotcha.
counts, but that doesn't add up to it. He can only do 20 years, is what they say.
All right. Dee Dee, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Yes, good morning.
Hi.
Wow, I thought I'd never get there. Well, listen, I found your topic very interesting, and I am a Trump supporter, and I will tell you why. Throughout history, we've always had a corrupt government. It's just never been exposed. I don't know why this would be new. Trump has a great track record with what he did with our country. He turned it around, flipped it around, and he showed respect for our country and other countries, which is fantastic. Nobody's going to be perfect. I don't care who you are. When you're rolling in money, no matter what you got, there's always something going on. Now, when you look at Biden is guilty, and you can clearly see it. You don't see anybody going after his family, the corruption he's done with China. It's like, oh, wait a minute, it's clear cut. It's like Sleepy Joe Biden hiding in the attic, and they're all leaving him alone. He's moved up in the basement. But I don't understand why we have to have a double standard in our country. That applies to all the laws we have, no matter what area you're in.
Well,
My question is, why does that happen?
I'll tell you why. It's because for years we only have a two-party system, and it's one versus the other. And what's good for the goose is good to the gander. So if it happens, one person's doing something corrupt, the other side's doing something corrupt. That's the problem. There's nobody else for us. We don't have more than two choices. So we've relied on one of the two, the lesser of two evils, for most of our lifetime, which is not a good position for us to be in. I understand where you're coming from,
I agree.
and I know what you're saying, but my question is going to be for you, is that come November 5th, if Trump is in jail, will you still vote for him?
Oh, I certainly will, because you know what? Nobody can take away the right of somebody that's doing for our country. I don't care where you are. You can be in too, and if you have a good track record and you did a darn good job, you can run great from jail. I mean, you got people that are cartels and illegal things running head hostages that are from jail.
Yeah.
So you know what? Trump only gave you 2 orders.
Yeah.
No one thought of this, but I'm looking at that. It's funny, but it's true. He's gained a lot of respect. He's got tough skin. And listen, nobody's got a perfect life or a perfect track record. But he has shown the country that he can do a great job. So why would I just abandon him when he needs me the most, when I want a better outcome for my country? We're going into communism, as scary as it is.
Yeah.
I need somebody like Trump. If he's going to be in jail, he's going to get all the supporters there, too. Why not? Get everybody going.
May I ask, and you don't have to answer, but your ethnicity and your age?
Well, I'm a child of God, and I'm well past 5.
Okay.
That was a roundabout way to do it, but I'll take it. I'll take it, Punkin. Thank you.
All right, and I want God to bless you, because Satan is running around on the dark side creating ruckus. We all can't forget him, and we have to know that he's creating ruckus. So let's pray to God that everything goes right for our country, for your radio station, and for all the wonderful people that work with you.
Domino's for biscuits.
Praise
Thank
Satan.
you, Punkin. Appreciate it.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's ruckus.
She's a ruckus.
You don't want ruckus?
No, I don't want
What would
ruckus.
life be without ruckus?
This
Ruckus at Rikers.
Oh.
This show really does not have a lot of female listeners.
Mike
three
Calta
calls.
Show, good morning.
Yeah, what's up, Mike Calta? Yesterday was my birthday.
Oh,
Medicine Man.
Happy birthday, Medicine Man. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello. All right. Mike.
Yeah, you talking to me yet?
Oh, hold on. Hold on. I got
2 calls.
Now I got too many.
All right.
There you go, sir. You there? How are you?
Yes.
Yes, I'm talking to you. What do you got? What's your name?
Okay, great. Well, Eric,
What do you got, Eric?
the problem is with the two-party system, like you said, we don't have a choice. If you don't vote for the Republican Party, whether it be Trump or anyone, then you are voting for the way it's still going.
Yes.
So you don't.
You're
You're not
especially
voting
in
for
this
the
election
person anymore.
Especially in this election, because you're voting for the same guy leading the same way that it's going. So if you've enjoyed these last 4 years, then you're getting 4 more of it for sure.
Right, and as divided as this country is, and as tight as the last election is, whether you regard it as stolen or not, you don't have any votes to give up, simply because the candidate is in jail.
Yeah.
You're voting for the party. You're voting for the direction you want the government to lead you.
But who is the party? I get it. I know exactly what you're saying. I understand. But the leader of that party is in jail. So who is running things? Do we like right now? I don't know the answer to that. You don't know the answer to that. So we don't know what the choice
Correct.
is. And people are still. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just pointing out people are still blindly ready to vote for Trump, even if he's in jail.
I understand that as well. But who's running the country right now, in your opinion? Is it Biden? Is he truly running the country? Is he making decisions?
I mean, I would have to assume yes, but I don't think that the president is responsible. I don't think the president is responsible for many decisions by himself. I believe many of it is
and that's exactly what I'm saying as well.
Right.
I don't believe the president is responsible for a lot of decisions on his own. So you're basically
let me ask
your
you this.
vote
Let me
this
ask you
year.
this, Eric.
Yeah.
I think though, when Trump was president, I feel like he did make a lot of those decisions.
Well, he did sign a lot of executive orders that gave him a lot more power, which is what people were pissed off about the first 100 days.
But he was responsible for a lot of those decisions. He, unlike what we feel is happening now. So you're saying it would be better off to have the Republican Party in there, no matter who the leader is, because you don't want to have the same thing that's happened before.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
You need to have the party change, not necessarily the person.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to ask you the same thing. With Trump being in jail, we have no idea who his vice presidential choice is going to be, or his cabinet, or any of those things. Right now, you would still cast your vote for an incarcerated Trump.
I feel like I wouldn't have a choice, but yes, I would.
And I'm not judging you on that. I just want to clarify these things. Eric, I appreciate your call, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I mean, I get what he's saying. I don't want to vote for Biden. Do I vote for an incarcerated Trump especially with the unknown factors right now? I don't know that I can make that decision. I don't know that I vote for a third party. I don't know if I do a write-in vote. I don't know what the idea is.
Because if you don't vote for incarcerated Trump and you don't vote for Biden, that's basically voting for Biden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have, by not voting, that is a vote for Biden, basically. It's sad. So it's either you vote for incarcerated Trump or you vote for Biden.
Let me ask you this. What were you going to say, Joe?
I said I would vote for any system that, against any system that is trying to arrest or eliminate their opponent.
Yes, which is what happened now.
Yeah.
May I pose this question to you?
Wait, let me ask you this.
Sorry.
First. Just keep your thought.
Okay.
I'm just going to forget mine.
Okay.
What if Ramaswamy came out as a third-party candidate and said, listen, I was with Trump. I supported Trump. I voted for him. I wanted to line with him, and now he's going to jail. And you can't have a president serve the people from prison. Vote for me, and I will carry out Trump's plan. I will do what Trump wanted to do with a little bit of my younger business spin on it. Does Ramaswamy become the leader now?
Not only does he become the leader and on the forefront, but he would devastate the Republican Party. He would
for sure, because he would take
destroy
all
them.
those votes away.
Oh my God, dude!
Yeah.
Everything that they've been working towards the last 4 years would all be a waste. And I think you talk about the Democratic Party being in like crazy mode right now. Watch the Republican Party just go bananas.
I think there's so much money invested in the two-party system that nobody can take it down, no matter who they are.
Probably.
There's too many. Too many people have too much to lose who are invested in both these parties to take it down. There's too much money involved.
Can I pose it to you this way?
Yeah.
Would you vote for a dominant American dollar in the world, or would you vote the way of watching the American dollar continue to crumble?
I can't guarantee that my vote for anybody else is going to vote for the dominant in the American dollar.
Trump his whole thing is wanting to reinforce the American dollar with the fiat currency that we have,
right.
Whereas Biden has just been printing more and more money and giving it to other countries.
Yeah, I'm against that.
So that's kind of, where a lot of people are seeing it as Trump versus Biden, where I would like to say, if you love the American dollar and the way of life that we have, it's almost like you would have to vote for Trump, unfortunately, or at least the Republican Party.
Let me blow through some more of these phone calls because they're all here. Good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. Who's this?
Good morning, Mike. It's Santo. How you doing, buddy?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good, man. Here's my thing. Nobody's voting for Biden. You're either voting for Trump or against Trump. Nobody's actually voting for Biden. Biden really is not running anything. He's an early onset dementia, and that's visibly anybody can see that. We're in the U.S. is in the business of regime change, and we have been in this business for the last 150 years. If this had happened to any other country, we would have sent the CIA in and established a coup and invaded the country. That's what we do as a country. Yeah. We've done it all over the world. Okay, I'm just surprised it hasn't happened here yet, which is what's being set up here. And people give Biden a lot of credit for what's going on right now. Biden really has nothing to do with what's going on right now. Biden didn't initiate any of this. It's the people behind Biden or that have put him in there.
Yeah,
like I said, he's just a figurehead. You know what I mean?
We all agree on that. We all agree the president's mostly a figurehead in most situations.
Correct. And it just separates the country. Trump, Biden, it's the Chevy Ford, black, white. You know what I mean? It just separates everybody down the middle. I was independent. I've been independent for 35 years. I don't understand. I can't understand when people say that they look at Biden. Jill Biden was on TV the other day, and she's telling the country that this guy's competent. You know what I mean? You can't say that.
Even if he is competent mentally, like say he was able to pass a test, he still doesn't have the skill set and he doesn't have the physicality to prove to the American people that he's able to handle that. I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Let me go to a couple more of these. Let's go to Roger. Roger, good morning. If Trump is in jail, will you vote for him?
Hello, this is Chicago Chuck.
All right, Chuck. Sorry, Chuck. If
please listen.
I'm listening.
I can't believe the number of sheep that keep calling in and saying that they're going to vote for Trump. My God, the guy is a criminal. He doesn't care about the working class. He's going to be cutting taxes for the rich, not for us.
Let me ask you this, Chicago Chuck. Right?
Yeah,
is that it?
Go ahead.
Do you think Joe Biden is a criminal, and do you think Joe Biden is for the everyman and cutting taxes?
Yeah, Joe Biden is absolutely for the everyman.
Because
Trump doesn't care about us.
Because why is
all
Biden?
He cares
Why is Biden for everyman?
Because all the things that he's done to try to, stabilize look at the economy.
Yeah, look at the economy.
It's never been better.
I'm sorry, what?
All right, Chuck. Thank you. I'm not. I only hung up on him because he's impossible to have a conversation with, not because I disagree with him. I do believe this is going to be angering to some people, but I do believe Biden is for the everyman. I am 100% for his.
What has he done?
Listen to me. I'm 100% for his debt relief for college students. I as a guy who has had college debt before and realized that there's a situation where you're never going to get out of it. These jobs are not going to be filled anymore if these people are going to get jobs where they're inundated with debt for the rest of their lives. You're going to lose teachers. You're going to lose counselors. You're going to lose these jobs that have no financial reward at the end. These people graduate from college and all they have is debt. They're never going to be able to climb out of it. I'm for some of that debt forgiveness. Why are you looking at me like you're like an upset parent?
I'm not. No, I mean, listen, I was fortunate enough to not have any debt coming out of college.
Yeah.
So I feel like this isn't something I should comment on.
Well, you didn't have any debt out of college, but also you didn't graduate from college.
Well, I
you
had
didn't
bright
have
futures,
and
so-
you didn't have, but you also didn't go into a field that was never going to pay you a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when you look at when he decided to do debt forgiveness, how high inflation was, where the American dollar was. It's kind of like insurance companies or banks saying we're not going to charge you overdraft fees anymore.
Yeah.
But then they jack up the price of everything else, which I'm not saying is bad. I think I'm all for helping people feel less stressed out on their day to day. However we make that happen is awesome. I think instead of doing debt relief, you make the student loans not federally guaranteed. So that way,
there's a way better
So
system to be out there. There's a way better system.
But I
out there.
agree with you. I think that the debt relief was good for.
But I
those
feel
people
the
that
same
needed
way
it.
about Obamacare.
Yeah.
Every president in my lifetime said that they were going to get
Yeah.
some sort of national coverage, and the only one that stepped up was Obama.
I agree.
And Obama said it isn't perfect. It isn't perfect, but we have given health care to people who've never had it before, have never been able to afford it. I mean, most people out there listening to the show have jobs, have insurance, don't know what it's like to go to the emergency room and be told you don't have health insurance. Thankfully, but now more people are able to have insurance. More people that you want to talk about having less stress.
Yeah.
Because people are able to afford medical insurance.
That was why I voted for Obama twice. Was because of the medical care.
I'm just going to grab random calls. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
I think I would.
Thank you. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Absolutely. Chicago Chuck's a moron. Absolutely. Good job, Pap. You said the exact right thing. You got to vote against this corrupt system.
Thank you.
Thank you. Will you vote for Trump if he's in jail? Yes or no?
Yes, and I second the previous caller. That's Chicago Chuck's got to go back to Chicago. I don't know where he's buying his groceries and his stuff, but
yeah, I get
Trump's
you.
got to be better than what we have. Thank you.
Thank you. Will you vote for Trump if he's in jail? Yes or no?
Hey, give me 2 seconds to explain.
Go.
Hey, I moved here from another country, from a socialist country. I moved from Panama to here, and I'm a registered Democrat. And now I am going to vote for Trump because what I see what's going on is the same thing that Noriega did to the opposition leader that was trying to run for president, except for murdering people.
Right.
And I came here for a better life, and we watched it go on because I was friends with the opposition who was running for its daughter, who was beating the streets on national TV down there. He controlled the newspapers, our 3 channels of TV he controlled, and his national army did nothing to protect the opposition. And guess who they sent in? The U.S. military. They sent in to remove Noriega.
Yeah.
So it's the same exact thing that's going on in the United States. And what the problem
All right,
is, and I'm glad to be here in the United States.
You made a very good point, but your 2 seconds are way over. Thank you, sir. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Hell yes.
Thank you. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Hell yeah. Chicago Chuck.
All right. Yeah. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no? Ah, come on. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Yes, he made America great, and I just want to make Fridays great again by stating to the people of the Tampa Bay area, Friday.
No, you can't do a Friday chant in the middle of a phone poll. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
100%.
Thank you, sir. I don't even have to take any more phone calls. They're coming in. I'm taking them. They're going away. They're coming in. Nobody's screening them. 99% of the people that I talked to, except for Chuck, said that they would vote for him again. I'm going to run through these phone calls one more time. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Hell yeah, and Trailer Park Paul, not Chicago Chuck.
Yeah.
I'm with them.
Jeez. All right. Will you vote for Trump if he's in prison? Yes or no?
Of course, your talking points on student debt are ludicrous, Mike.
Well, okay. Would you care to discuss this for a second?
I'll make it quick. Trust me. if you buy a house or you buy a car and you can't afford it, you turn that thing in. So I'm okay with
it's 100% different.
Student debt.
It's 100% different.
No, it's not. You financed your education. You financed your education. So if you can't pay the payment, then you either turn your diploma in.
That's showing you're showing your ignorance in the situation, sir. These are not people who can't pay. You have to pay. In order to qualify, you have to pay, and you have to pay on time for 10 years. You have to pay into it. It's not people who can't pay.
Take their degree and rip it up. They got.
I'm not, you don't have the facts straight, so I can't argue with you.
But the problem with it is, whenever they're canceling the student loans, who is paying that debt?
But that's the
money
problem.
is coming from our government. But the problem,
it's not though. It's coming from regular, hardworking Americans.
Yeah, but that's where the money for the government comes from taxes. But what it's saying is that, so. Eliminate the debt. I mean, eliminate the program to pay for the thing. Now you have a bunch of people who are choosing to take these jobs who are saying, I wanted to be a teacher, but I can't afford to live on a teacher's salary and have to pay my student debt. And these aren't people that they're just going, you're a lawyer, we're going to forgive your student debt. You're a doctor, we're going to forgive your student debt. They're doing it for the people who are making ridiculous salaries to try and to take these jobs that people don't want, to be a counselor, to be a teacher, to be somebody who has a very thankless job and who's not making enough money to afford to pay for their college debt. So what happens is if you say, I'm not going to help you out and I'm not going to do it, we're going to eliminate those jobs.
It's beneficial to the society overall for those people too.
For those people, these are people who are sacrificing
live their lives,
what they could have done or what they could have been.
I get it.
And it's not just forgiving loans of people who randomly just pick it. You have to qualify. You have to have paid that loan for 10 years. You have to have not had any late payments. It's not like you're just picking people who can't afford their loans and just paying them off.
But let's say that's 10% of the people that go to college and get a degree are going to be a social worker or be a teacher or any of all that stuff. What about the other 90%?
The other 90% are not taking jobs that aren't going to pay them.
They're probably not in debt, right?
They're not. Well, even if but if you're a lawyer and you're debt, you're making ridiculous amounts of money to pay that debt back.
The problem
if you're a social worker, you're making $20,000.
The problem with this, though, also is this isn't changing what teachers and social workers and stuff are going to make. I get it that they're getting them out of debt. But I think they need to change that somehow.
Yes,
I don't know how
Spanish is saying.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is these loans that they're giving and what schools are charging for education. Yeah, it's a much bigger problem, but it is one step towards trying to help out.
But instead of doing debt forgiveness, just completely eliminating it for people, why don't they just extend it? So your payments aren't so high, you're still paying it back, and then it doesn't affect people that
in some cases, these people have paid for 10 years. The majority of the money that is left that they still have to pay for, it may be cheaper to just pay that off.
I gotcha. Okay.
But it makes it bad for the economy, and it makes it good for colleges that are overpriced. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Look, the problem is not getting fixed, but it is a solution to try and help out these people who are taking these jobs and trying to do good for society. I'm not one of those people.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's a Band-Aid for them, but it's also causing problems in the long term. You know what I mean? It's not really solving anything.
People are not fully understanding how the program works. They hear that some people are getting college debt forgiveness and some people aren't, and they're getting very mad at that. But I think if people took the time to really learn what it's for and who they're giving it to and how you have to qualify for it, then they're going to go, okay, well, that makes a little bit more sense. And anybody who's ever been affected by a social worker or a teacher or a mental health counselor or somebody who's never making a lot of money, my wife was in that field and she worked for people above her who made garbage money, and they're the highest paid people in that institution, and they're making garbage money, and they still on top of that have all this debt. So their choice is to do what I did and say, well, I'm not helping anybody out. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to take one of these jobs, and then say, well, okay, well, who's going to do these jobs anymore?
That's why there's a massive shortage of teachers and all these.
And in the 90s, it was nurses, and that's the key. So look, it may not be the greatest program, it may not be set up the best, but I think people don't that guy didn't understand it because he's talking about people who didn't pay their loans. It's not people who don't pay their loans. It is actually people who are paying their loans who are getting forgiveness.
A lot of people on the surface just take it as another free handout.
Yes, but it sounds a lot like that.
Well, I think a big issue is we keep calling it debt. It's not the same as any other debt. Like, you can file for bankruptcy and get rid of that debt. college student loan debt you can't get rid of. It
No.
rolls over.
No, that's
It's
right.
worse than medical debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not the same thing as just your average debt, which I think people get lost in.
And if you don't pay that,
Yeah, they
it
come
follows
at-
you for the rest of your life.
right. Yeah.
Can I
like
ask
the
you this?
IRS.
With all this talking about teachers and all that stuff, did my 5th grade teacher walk in here with her perfume? Does everybody else smell
That is
that?
the scenting machine
Yeah.
just went off.
That is overwhelming.
my.
I'm like,
It's-
good Lord.
It's strong. It's strong in here, yeah.
It's nice.
All right. Comedian Kyle Kinane is here. He has never been on the show before. He has not been to Side Splitters before, and he is one of my favorites. This is a good opportunity for you to go see him this weekend. He'll be at Side Splitters tonight and Saturday night, 2 shows each night. If you'd like to go, I would go to sidesplitterscomedy.com and get your tickets before his appearance on the show, because after he's here, it's going to definitely sell out. So Kyle Kinane in the studio with us next on 102.5 The Bone. Your mic's not on, Sean. There you go. There it's on now.
Jordan,
Sean Jordan, Kyle Kinane. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are we?
I'm great. I'm very happy to have you here. I'm going to tell you, you've been here into Tampa a lot, but you never play the comedy clubs. What do you like about like rock clubs and stuff? That would seem like it would drive. Like I feel like nobody's paying attention, and it would drive me insane.
When you start comedy, they'll be like, "All right, we got you in this club. It's 5 shows.
Yeah,
Nobody knows who you are. You might sell 3 tickets each show."
Yeah, I know.
And I would realize I was going to ruin comedy if I kept doing it. I'm like, well, why don't I just play this little music venue, and if I can get 100 people out,
do it that
then
way.
they're there the one night and it'll be fun. And I did that enough to where now I could sell some tickets, and now to go to comedy clubs, I could sell some tickets, and
Yeah,
it's fun.
I'm going to tell you, I'm aware of your comedy. I liked it. And one time, this is like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I fell asleep with the TV on. I was watching something, and whatever ended, your comedy thing came on after it. And I'm in that state of sleep where I could kind of still hear the TV. And I remember sitting up and going, who the hell is this? I remember it was so funny. It woke me out of a sleep, and I ended up watching it, and I've been a fan ever since. And it's crazy. I stumbled upon it, and now I'm a fan.
That's how I want to be discovered in an ethereal state.
It helped me ease into it a little bit.
Yeah, like some sort of REM sleep.
Right.
Demon or angel coming to people in the night.
Galvin was saying, what, you did voiceover stuff?
Yeah, he was the voice for Comedy Central for a while. You still doing that or no?
No, that's funny enough. That's now our friend David Borey.
Oh, really?
Has the job. And Sean does a podcast called All Fantasy Everything with David. And David got the job. He's like, hey, are you still doing the Comedy Central voiceover thing? I'm like, I think so.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, it's weird because they kind of just hired me to do it too. I was like, all right, that's how I found out I got fired from that job. But it went to our pal, so I was like, I can't get mad about that.
What is the fantasy podcast about?
we just do a fantasy draft of anything.
Fantasy draft.
Yeah, but it's like of anything you can think of.
Right. Like, so if you were going to
like
do...
hot sauces or condiments or like
Okay.
states or, anything.
I love stuff
the
like
80s.
that. Yeah,
It's fun, man.
Yeah. And you are friends with our friend Bert. I know that you were doing the Fully Loaded tour, right?
I'm doing a couple Florida dates.
You doing West Palm?
Yeah, I'm a little intimidated.
Why? Because
a stadium full of Florida Bert Kreischer fans.
Yeah.
That's going to be
It's
a
something
home team
else.
advantage. For
It's
OB.
something else. I don't think you have any. I don't think there's any chance for anybody to not do well on that tour.
Don't curse it. Boy, do I love a challenge.
For real though, and you're right. I mean, you're right up his audience's alley. I mean, I think that's the same kind of audience.
Yeah, well, I'm getting my booze material back together.
Yeah,
I'm like going through some jokes. I'm thinking like, well, these people are going to be out in the sun drinking beer all day. I better have jokes ready for that kind of stuff.
Do you now, from a guy who liked doing rock clubs and now doing comedy club, to go out there and do that stadium? Have you done anything like that before? I mean, that's got to be something you got to work up to.
Yeah, it's a little. Your pacing's a little different.
Right, right.
There's a 30-foot version of you on a screen right next to you. I did open for the Impractical Jokers once at the same venue I saw Lollapalooza in 1994, and I bombed my ass off.
Did you really?
Yeah, there's one thing to bomb in front of, a couple hundred people in a club, but 12,000 people.
They let you know about
That's
it.
something special.
Yeah.
That's a special feeling to keep with you.
Is it hard for the return of do you hear yourself and all that? That would throw me off immediately.
Yeah, it's just there's an intimacy to a club, and there's an immediate you see the people, they're 5 feet away from you.
Yeah,
and you know if they're having a
they're
good time.
liking it, yeah.
And I kind of feel that's how it's best.
Yeah.
And then that show, I was commenting on how I'm like, oh my god, saw Smashing Pumpkins. I fell asleep in those seats right there. And one woman carrying 3 beers, walking in front, the front row of an outdoor amphitheater, just goes, "F you, that was a great show." And that ruined my set. Like one lady out of 12,000 heckled me, and I'm like, well, I don't care about this at all anymore.
Where was it? Where was that?
Is that I know it as the World Music Theater in Tinley Park, Illinois. I don't know what corporate name added to it.
I just think about that all. That just shows you how we're getting old now.
Yeah.
Is that I try to think of. I can go there to a venue and be like, oh, I saw Pearl Jam here. I saw Nirvana here.
You got the Lollapalooza documentary that's coming out that looks really good. Have you seen that? Yeah, it's on Hulu. It looks like it's going to be really good.
This was the year that Beastie Boys were there, and it's still, I spent my youth going to $5 all ages shows.
Yeah.
That was still the best show I've ever seen was Beastie Boys live.
Dude, there's a venue here called Janus Live, and it's a courtyard between some buildings, and it holds maybe 2,000 people, and I saw the Beastie Boys there.
Yeah.
And not when they were not famous. You know what I mean? So, I've been a fan since they first came out, since the first album, and I love them. And to go and see them in Madison Square Garden and see them in another venue, and then all of a sudden see them in a 2,000 standing room only show, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I blew it a lot. I grew up in Chicago, and I remember there's one venue where I was like, well, this band could, this venue could start booking more people. But who's this band? Every Thursday, Wilco gets to play. And, 22-year-old me didn't realize, every Thursday for $8, I could have gone to see Wilco. Book some other bands. What's so great about these guys?
How do you and Bert know each other well, or is he just because Bert's one of those guys? If he becomes a fan of your comedy, he's in love with you for a little while.
I'm doing from stand up from back years before. I did a run with him and Sal Vulcano and Nate Bargatze.
Oh, really?
Glad to see 3 people out of that 4 are doing just great.
Do you think it's because of you that you're not I don't know?
We're cutting deep, huh, Mike? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no. I
sit on the couch. Let's
Let's open this up. What did your father do to you that stopped? No, I'm just saying, to me, you're like anti-comic. You know what I mean? Like you're the guy, because you played the clubs and because you do all that stuff. I don't feel like you did that because you were new in comedy. You know you're killing.
I think I'm doing just fine.
Yeah.
And how much am I supposed to want from this?
See, that's the thing. It's all about how much you want. Like Bert will never
wants
get
to
enough.
be super rich and super famous.
Well, I wouldn't
already.
those saying. Problems. Selling out stadiums. You think of the pressure involved.
Being rich would be dope.
Yeah. Being rich would be cool. But also, that's a subjective idea. Like I get to pay all my bills because I tell jokes.
Yeah,
am I
great.
supposed to There is a part of me that's like, how much more are you supposed to want? Like I have this very Midwestern Catholic balance of if you get what you want, and there's always a survivor's guilt or an imposter syndrome.
Yeah. I don't have that either. Bert doesn't have it. I don't have I know that I'm lucky. I'm doing a #1 rated morning show from my garage. I'm
pretty nice garage.
It's a pretty good garage.
Really is.
I'm getting paid okay and all, and I'm very happy with that. But yet it's never enough. I always feel like I'm 52 years old, and I'm like, if I don't hurry up, I'm never gonna make it. You know what I mean? But I've already kind of made it.
I think you did good.
Yeah, right. But
you didn't kind of make it. You did make it. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
you see that for you, and for me, I see it as I still got a long way to go. I still got a lot of stuff to do.
Oh, I'm trying to retire.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get. I just haven't found an interest in golf enough yet to really step back. But we'll get there. I think give me 2 more years.
Oh, what? Do you like golf? No, right? It sucks.
But I think that's when I found out. Friends were like, "Yeah, we don't keep score, and if you just pick up the ball." Like I caddied when I was a kid, and those guys were such dicks.
Yeah.
Like, golf must be. You must have to be this kind of lousy person,
right?
To like golf. Like,
most golfers
and then
are
these guys are like, no, we just go out there, we drink beers. Nobody keeps score. You could just come with. You don't even have to play. We don't care. I'm like, oh, that's what you can do.
You just describe me at every charity golf tournament. I'm just the guy who drives the cart.
Well, charity too. Like, what are they going to yell at you if it's for charity?
Right, exactly.
What mad can they get?
I live on a golf course, and I refuse to golf. I just don't. I can't. And I think it's mostly because you have a cool group of guys that golf. Most guys I know that golf are jerk offs.
Is it an ego thing? Like, do you think if your neighbors saw you be crummy at golf, you'd lose respect in the neighborhood?
Not these two, but the rest of them. Like my 2 neighbors, I actually have cool neighbors now.
Yeah.
But the rest of the community would be like, oh, that's it.
But also, if you're good at golf, you'd be out there more.
Well, I'm
you know what I mean?
definitely not
but
good at it.
I think that's part of it too. If you're not good at golf, you're like, well, also this is
So there's golf
terrible.
cliques. You got golf cliques in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
The
Like-
Warriors style golf crews running around.
There are people who have designed their home based on golf. Like the guys who painted Masters Green on the inside. Like their offices in their house are Masters Green, and they have like little putting courses in their backyard. Those people I hate.
I'm trying not to hate, but I
See,
I
that's
guess.
another thing where we're different. I'm filled with hate. I can't stop hating.
Yeah,
and I
but
think it
Sean
fuels
and I
me.
are of a generation where like skateboards on the wall is art, and that's so I can't. I got a lot of guitars I can't play.
I do have skateboards on the wall.
I
Talk my wife into it.
I have skateboard over there. I have guitars everywhere that you could see. I'm with you guys, except I have more hate than you.
But this is in the garage. What's going on in the house?
No, in the house there's
gets worse.
more guitars.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I have a staircase. It's just the whole wall is just guitars.
See, that's what I'm saying. If my wife would let me, you wouldn't be able to tell we were in a house. You'd think we were in a giant skateboard.
Yeah, you just hang the
everywhere.
decks everywhere. But those things I can't skate to save my life either. But they're good looking to me. They appeal to me.
They are cool looking. Yeah.
So, what's his name? BT. God damn, I couldn't get it out. Right next to you. Hold up that right on the floor there. On the floor. On the floor. No. Look, there's a skate deck.
Oh, we got
Not the guitar, the skateboard.
Yeah. The Rays who play baseball here, they handed those out because we do have a little bit of a skate culture here in Tampa. So
Yeah,
there's
you
a
have
fr-
like the best skate
That's
park
where
in the country.
Yeah, we're
Right.
going to the skate park after this.
Right.
going
Are
right
you
out
really?
Yeah.
I just want to go see it. For me, it's like seeing like Statue of Liberty or something. I've
Yeah,
never
you have
actually
to visit
seen
the
it.
skate park. I mean, Tony Hawk skates it when he's here. I mean, all the guys.
They have the
go to
biggest
it.
contest in the whole country
Yeah.
in this city every year, right around end of March.
This was the first time anybody's ever really recognized that in Tampa. Like the Rays came out with a new jersey or a new design that kind of embraced that. Nobody's ever really paid attention to it before.
That's
Oh,
fantastic.
it's
That gets me
all-
real
It's all
excited.
merging. There's no outside culture anymore,
No,
which is cool. Like what's scared? What I want to be scared by young people.
yeah.
Like somebody that's 17 should be doing something I don't understand. Like I don't want to be the old guy. Like, well, can't these kids? I don't know what they're up to. I shouldn't. I'm 47. I shouldn't know what they're up to.
Right.
I don't want to hear like Mumford and Sons. Like, oh, good, you're 19, but you play washboards. I want music. Your music should scare me. Your music should confuse and scare me.
I have a 17-year-old here. If you'd
Yeah.
like to be frightened, I'd be happy to let you talk to him for 5 minutes.
Is he terrifying?
He's a great kid, but full sleeve of tattoos.
At 17?
17.
Where do you
he
get
is-
that done?
Tampa.
It's when your
Tampa.
dad knows a lot of people, you're able to get that done.
That's right.
God, I'm glad I didn't get tattoos at 17.
But you know what's so funny is I tried to have that conversation with him. And I said, "Do you know when you were a kid, when you were like 5, you loved Justin Bieber, and we bought you a Justin Bieber play stage with an action figure on it? Can you imagine what that would be like now if you had that tattooed on you?" And I tried to explain it to him, but all his tattoos are something that's meaningful to him and has family values or like something to do with the family to him. So I think he'll be okay. But he is into things that I can never comprehend. Rap, local underground rap.
And
so
that's
you're right.
good.
It's
That's
good.
a
I
good thing.
encourage him to do as much creative stuff as he can. He's starting his own T-shirt line. He's got his own thing going on.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I'm definitely at the age where I'm too old to understand anything cool.
Yeah, I realized tattoos were going to be silly anyway, so I just got silly ones.
What'd you get? What do you get?
Oh.
Which one do you regret the most?
I mean, all of them or none of them.
Really?
Like this one says "whoops." This is a Grim Reaper. It says "party pooper" on it. I got Jesus with rambling gambling man written underneath it. Underneath that, I gave myself a pentagram because I needed some balance.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. It's what is this? This is all worm food.
Yeah,
For
I
a
know.
speck of
Eventually,
time in the scope of
my grandmother and I got matching tattoos. Nobody in my family had tattoos. It wasn't like I got an old white trash granny who was like tattoo. I had convinced her to go get it, and we got matching tattoos. And then I asked her one time
When she was 80.
Yeah, she was
right?
80-something years old. And I asked her, I said, when you die, can I have them cut it off of you and we'll put it in formaldehyde and I will keep it? And she was so offended by that. But I thought that would have been the coolest thing ever.
I mean, camera phones are pretty good now. You're really going to a real morose.
Don't know if you have to cut up Gam Gam.
Yeah. Why don't we just keep our rosary beads? Why don't we just do something a little more traditional than, dissecting the woman upon her perishing?
How about this? My mom died, and she was cremated. And we have her in a like an urn. It's a big butterfly, and it's on my mantle.
Yeah.
But then there's a whole box of her rest of her ashes in my office in the house, and I don't know what to do with them. I bring this up all the time. I'm like, I feel like I should just throw them away, but can you do that? And these guys tell me to
spread them somewhere.
Well, take 'em-
somewhere
so
that
I have a couple buddies that recently passed away, and they same thing. And friends just kind of take little bits and pieces and put them when they go on trips or whatever. They'll
and
take
just leave them around.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Sprinkle
I
them
like
at
that
skate
a little
parks.
bit better.
Let Sean
things
take him
like
to the skate park. Yeah.
We had a buddy of ours. We just put some of him in this brand new park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So he's going to be in one of the quarter pipes.
all right. That I can. That's actually a pretty good.
Yeah, they
idea.
make jewelry out of them and stuff too. They can compress
Yeah.
the ashes. And
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine, her dad died. She's like, he wanted me to sprinkle his ashes on Catalina Island. He's like, he's never been to Catalina. Now I got to go to freaking Catalina.
Well, now he gets to go.
Yeah.
Don't you? What do you want? What do you want to do when you die?
Part me out. You know,
Yeah.
get the usable bits out of there.
Give
I
other
don't know
people.
I don't know what's gonna be.
Right, not your liver probably, but other
yeah,
parts.
I don't know
yeah.
this. This '87 Corolla. What kind of usable parts you're getting out of it to live on? But take what you need out of it, and then I don't know. I used to have a joke about how I donate my body to science, but you don't know what science they're going to donate it to.
Right.
'Cause it could be like sports medicine. You could just be a corpse where they're testing out new tennis ball cannons to see if the rate of speed is too dangerous. And they could just be pummeling your corpse with tennis balls. Like, so maybe not that. Maybe not that's kind of science. But yeah, and then just part me out and then cremate me, sprinkle me,
right.
or let me go. Let me go to that farm in Kentucky where what's the body farm where they just put all the dead bodies out. So that,
for the dogs, cadaver dogs.
Yeah, so they could study the
Smell. Yeah. I don't care. I tell my kids to whatever the cheapest thing to do is. Put me in a lake in the backyard and set it on
stick
fire.
somebody with a bill.
Viking. Yeah,
Viking for
I also think it's kind of like you're just like making graveyard. I have an issue with like graveyards. Like it's just now you're a chore to everybody else.
right. They gotta keep the grass.
They used to joke like nobody knows where their great grandparents are buried, and if you do, when's the last time you went there?
It's true, and yes, true.
So there's
also,
there's an immigrant that they probably hated while they were alive who's now maintaining their final resting place.
100%, man. Kyle Kinane is going to be doing shows at Side Splitters Friday 7:30 and 10, and Saturday 8 and 10:30. Do you do a lot of radio? Because that was one thing I was surprised that you agreed to come in here today.
Is
too.
there a lot of radio anymore?
I mean, look,
I don't.
The perception is no, but each market has 20 radio stations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're all actually doing surprisingly well.
No, and
considering-
that's good to hear. 'Cause
Yeah.
It was my early days working in a gas station, starting at 5:30. It was the morning show in Chicago that got me.
Which one did you listen to?
It was Bill and Wendy.
Oh, I don't even know them.
Yeah, they were. It was like a adult contemporary show that it became Q101 in Chicago.
Right.
But they were the adult contemporary hosts, and they knew they were about to lose their jobs. So they went to alternative, so they couldn't give less of a damn. And it was a beautiful morning when they were just making fun of all this alternative music.
I'm a couple of years older than you, but do you remember Jonathan Brandmeier?
Yeah,
Luke? Yeah, that's
Disco. Did he do the Disco Destruction? Disco
No,
Demolition?
that was Steve Dahl.
That was Steve Dahl.
Yeah. Jonathan Brandmeier was on the Loop and was hilarious. Reason I got into radio.
Oh, the Loop, when they went down, they were going to Christian radio, so
Yeah.
their last songs were like Highway to Hell,
Yeah.
and The Beast. And that was their song that went right to Christian programming. And
Such a dumb business, it really is. No
It
matter how
is.
good things are going, they'll be like, "Hey, we decided we're going to go to the country tomorrow." So,
Yeah,
we've been lucky.
Panic never leaves.
No.
with the stuff that we're doing.
House
That
of
is
Cards,
definitely
man. It
true.
feels like it could go away any second.
100%. That is how you have to live the entire. So my biggest fear getting into radio is I don't want to have to move my kids to different markets every 3 years. Unfortunately, I've been here only here, so I got real
I
lucky.
had a friend that was into it. It was just every couple years. I guess we live in Colorado Springs. I guess I'm going to Sacramento.
Right.
Oh man,
No thanks.
And then I just do that every weekend.
What's the last fantasy draft you did? Do you remember?
No, we're doing pro skaters today in honor of being in Tampa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who do you go for? Can't get Tony Hawk. Who do you go next?
Oh, they're going to be deep cuts.
This is your guy.
Eric Costin, Andrew Reynolds. He's from Tampa. He's an amazing pro skater.
You do not look like somebody that would know all the pro skaters.
I know almost everything about skateboarding.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a tennis pro
Don't let the boiler fool you.
No.
I can still do a kickflip.
Yeah, I was going to say tennis too. Yeah.
Are you going to get out on the board today and actually do some skating?
Absolutely not. I don't bring it on the road anymore. I was lying to myself when I did. I skate back at home whenever I'm not on the road.
Kickflip in the driveway right now if you need him to.
Yeah, I
Might
would.
take a minute, but yeah, we can get one done.
I don't want this to be the show where you ended up breaking your femur.
You do it on this property, you can sue the whole business. He's probably an LLC.
I'll get the golf course.
He'll get the golf course.
I'm also Sicilian, and I will drag you into the pond where the alligator is, and no one will
break
ever
your
hear from you
ankle.
again.
I just watched The Sopranos for the first time in my life, so I'll step back.
What took you so long?
I'm an idiot. It's
Yeah.
the best show. It's one of them. It's so good.
I've never seen The Wire, and everybody yells at me. They're like, "How have you not seen The Wire?" So I can't even yell at
There's
you.
a lot of TV to watch.
There's
Yeah,
too
there's a
much
lot out
TV to
there.
watch. I can't keep up with everything.
I'm looking at some of the episodes for All Fantasy Everything. Hats.
Oh, yeah, we
outer,
just did hats. That was the most recent one. Yeah.
outer space. British slang. I like that.
In it, bruv.
Governor. Dinner parties. Stand-up specials. Yeah, so a lot of good
Thank
stuff.
God you do a podcast that has some substance to it, as opposed to everybody just getting there and telling their same dumb stories on
Bunch of dudes yelling into each other's mouths.
bunch of dudes yelling, telling the same story they told on 10 other podcasts, just regurgitating with different people. Podcasts that have an idea are the way to go. I love those. I love anything about movies, anything about lists. I'm all for it.
I referred to podcast to a friend as dead satellites. There's just so many floating around up there. You don't know if they're doing anything.
All right, what else you got? You got a new any specials or anything we need to plug?
No, we put out Dirt Nap about a month and a half ago.
Oh, is that what only a month and a half ago?
Yeah, I had that one out last year. I had Shocks. I mean, that specials is a strong word for this is material that's reached its
right.
This is the best I'm doing it, and so I'm going to record it and put it out, and then the next.
But then you come out and you do all new stuff now.
Yeah, I really love doing comedy, and I really love the challenge of coming up with new stuff. So I'm just keep doing it because I'm compulsive. I'm not going to say I have to do it. I don't have
and you're
anything
also
else.
amazing at it. It's insane. I'm serious. As somebody who's been a fan for years and years and now like a friend, it's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Every time he goes up, there's like a new hour every year. It's very frustrating for the rest of us who can't do that.
Exactly.
Well, we both live in Portland too, and it's got such a good scene that you can't really go up and half-ass.
Yeah.
Like the audience will let you know.
Maybe you guys will know.
Yeah, we just
did a
gonna
thing.
ask you.
So they had the best places for food in the world, and Naples, Italy was number one. There was only one place in America for a city was number 10 was Portland, Oregon.
Well, John and I can both tell you which Taco Bells we like.
Right? Yeah, that's what I said. 'Cause
I know there's nice restaurants there, and I'm not going to act like they fall flat on me.
I went to one. I can't remember the name of it, but I should remember the name. It's really hard to get into, and I went, and I was like, yeah, I could have Cracker Barrel too. It'd be fun.
But is Portland known for anything? Like, is there you got to
Like there's
have
barbecue in
you know,
Texas, and there's Louisiana
Philly
crawfish.
cheesesteak?
I think it's got a lot of chefs and foodies. I mean, I'm talking out of turn, but I think they have a lot of people that are willing to experiment and try.
I think
try
food
new
carts
things.
are like the big thing in Portland. That was like the
one of
the
those
food cart
things,
pod.
yeah.
That's what when I moved there, everyone's like,
Yeah.
go to the carts.
And
It's
you
like
you could be like, well, I just do burrito tacos, and I'm going to do them the best possible thing. You want something else? Go to the cart that's next to me. Don't be offended.
Yeah.
You want this one thing? I'm going to do this really
That's
well.
their
right here.
specialty. Is.
So,
All right, well that kind of
yeah,
explains a
unfortunately,
little
I'm
bit.
talking to some trash right now.
Yeah, I
I didn't really follow up on the food thing. I've had good meals there, but
it's burritos for me.
yeah, this
When
restaurant.
is it not burritos?
Never.
This is the fattest radio show. It takes us 5 minutes to talk about food before we're like, we Uber eat something over here.
I like that as a tagline. It's the fattest radio show.
Yeah, it's the fat-
You can hear how fat it is.
Yeah, enjoy it.
So everyone's like,
We have an acid reflux button. It doesn't even say cough. It's for acid reflux only.
All right, listen, go see these guys this weekend. Sidesplitterscomedy.com, 960-1197. It's great to have you in. I appreciate you getting up early and coming and doing this. It's good to meet you. Big fan.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy the skate park today.
For sure.
Kill
Thanks
it.
for having us.
I can't wait to read about you breaking something. 'Cause you're not going to be able to, once you're there, you're not going to be able to resist just
Yes, I am.
dipping in. Smart man. Plug the podcast again so people know.
All fantasy, everything. It's fun. Listen, if you got a couple hours to kill, I do it with Ian Carmel and David Bory. It's Ian Carmel's idea.
Yeah.
I always have to be clear about that. But
Ian Carmel's
He'll
idea.
break ankles too.
Yeah. Good to see you all here. All right, well, we're going to take a break and wrap up the show. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.